Hello, lads and ladies, and welcome back for another live stream. How are we tonight? Playoffs. Can you see me? Can you hear me okay? Let me know. If you can hear me nice and crystal in the chat below, that'd be massively appreciated as well. Tonight, Peterborough United against Oxford in the Sky Bet playoffs. Second leg, 1-0 in the first leg. Big game for both. I watched, obviously, the first leg was very interesting. Let me know if you can see it and hear me okay. And as we welcome the people in the chat, can't beat football, cannot beat football. This time of year is brilliant, stacked with playoffs, and can't wait for it. Hello, Tom. How are we, mate? Your favourite part, that, just for you, that. Buzzing for it. How are we, Wardy, mate? How are we? How many have we had to drink so far, Wardy? Because I remember before we played, was it Wickham? I must have had about 5, 6. I was so depressed after because we were 4-1 down. So yeah, it was great. Loud and clear. Looking forward to Wembley. Absolutely. We'll talk about that in a bit. But a great evening spent at the University of Bolton Stadium. Clappers did me head in. But boy, did they make a difference. I'll tell you that now. Good luck, Luke. Hope you're well, mate. I'm guessing you're watching from a pub or watching from home. Big game. I've not really spoke to him for a while, to be honest with you, mate. He gave me a message about Adam Montgomery, and I went, yeah, he's a decent player, but he's always injured. I think he got injured after 2 games, didn't he? Hello, Steve. Hope you're well. I'm going to go for... Right, stat for you. Oxford United haven't when they've scored first away from home this season, haven't lost in 11 times. They've won 9, drawn 2. Peterborough have scored in 22 of 23 matches this season. Have scored 2 or more in 17 games this season, 1 including Oxford at home. So you're thinking they're going to need to score 2, aren't they, Peterborough, obviously, to win the game. Obviously, Michael Owen, the 1-0 down. First goal is massive. I think, regardless of the first goal, I think Oxford need to score tonight. I think it'll be Peterborough 2, Oxford 1. And I think Oxford could nick it in extra time. That's what I'm going to go for. But both teams adopting a back 4, which we'll come to very shortly as well. If you are struggling to comment, all you need to do is go and subscribe down below. And easy enough, you can get commenting as well. Should have been Lincoln. It's not Lincoln, though, is it? In the nicest way possible. Oxford, over 46 games, got more points than Lincoln. Lincoln had the chance, didn't get in. So, as harsh as that sounds, I wanted Lincoln to get in. Unfortunately, they didn't. I wanted Fleetwood to stay up. Didn't. Sitting at home with a cigar. Exactly. Best thing about that, sometimes you want to be involved in playoffs. Are good if you're not involved in them. And what I love, Oxford all season going, I want playoffs, and now they're thinking, I don't like this. Homemate couldn't get a ticket, blimey hell. Thing is, right, small club, benefits of following a small club. Your stats terrify me. I'm off, lol. Oh, mate, good luck. We'll go through the teams in a minute as well. But if you could like the stream, that'd be massively appreciated as well. Would you ever get Gogsy? Yeah, of course I would one day. But it's linking it, isn't it? Really, like he's a good lad, but it's like, well, Scottish. I do lower league English football. It's there, like, it's finding the connection really. And at the moment, I'm on kind of. I'm running on adrenaline at the moment, put it that way. Last night, oh my. So I got home from the match about midnight, just after midnight. I was editing till 2:30 in the morning. So I hope you've enjoyed the vlog. I kind of gave up with text as a scoreboard because it got so annoying. I thought, right, score. And I actually think I prefer badges overall. I've done all season. I did 1 game with badges this year as a scoreboard. Sacked it off. Did text, and it's been the bane of my life, that text as a scoreboard. He probably added 20 minutes, 25 minutes every game to a vlog coming out. But no, all Donny, aren't we? Massive game. I'm going to be watching that on Friday. I'm going to make sure I'm going to tune in for that. Big game, as you say, as well. Yeah. Hello, CJ. If you want a badge like CJ, like Luke, like Tony, we are currently filming a behind the scenes of the last couple of days, my stats, and there should be a members video out tomorrow or Friday. We've realistically been uploading a members video every week. It's been on different days, but at the moment, and if you want to join as a member, $1.99 a month, you get a video extra per week. But also, there's a back catalogue now of 8 videos, I believe. We're probably over 3 hours of content. So if you want to go and subscribe to that, it really does help the channel out as well. So you can join as a member down below. That'd be much appreciated. If you'd like to come on board, hello, my favourite man is here. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Loud and clear. Looking forward to Wembley. I can't wait for Wembley. I'm buzzing for it. I've got everything sorted but a ticket. So now I've got hotel sorted, I've got train sorted, I've got days off work sorted, I've got, you name it, I've got sorted. It look and fall that Oxford go and sell 45,000, Bolton sell 45,000, and I can't get a ticket, and I'm locked outside Wembley. That'll just be my luck. But we're there for the League Two player final. If Crawley get there, no disrespect, we'll get a ticket. Because it's like Fleetwood, these smaller clubs, it's really good to see them do well. Yellows, yellows, yellows. Come on, yellows. Absolutely. Hope Oxford get in the final. Well, what I like about these sides, I'm watching 2 sides playing back 4s. Yesterday, it annoyed me watching 2 teams, good teams, playing back 3s, and they're like, oh, come on. Like, the teams playing back 3s, it's there, like, there's so much room. Aaron Collins, we got him half price. What a player. What a player. What a champ. What a player. He could have had a hat-trick. Word for Dion Charles, though. Didn't score yesterday or didn't set it alight, but his pressing was unbelievable. Like, I could go through that Bolton team yesterday and go through it. Lee Tomlin, I think, is that at Peterborough. Tonight, I hate that mascot. Peterborough Bunny. Is it another Peterborough, ex-Peterborough player? Next year's going to be a killer of a League One. Up the Millers. Hello. Hello. Oh, she got you on here. Oh, my Lord. Oh, Christ. I know who that is. How are we, mate? Yeah, I think you agree with me on a certain ex-Fleetwood manager at the start of the season, eh? SB, that's all I'll say. Ironside, as bold as for shoulders. What a player. Hakeem Delican, by the way, unbelievable. There's a video on that coming soon, very, very soon. Bear in mind, right? So I was saying at the end of the season, right? I'll be honest with you. If you ask me in December, this is going to be my last season on YouTube, 100%. Then I kind of got a new kind of third gear, really, and I thought, oh, let's carry on. I'm enjoying it, which is good. But I started off, and I think from the Burton game, I think I had 31 videos / streams planned from then in the next 33 days. And we're on, I think, videos, streams / 12 in 11 days, something like that. So we're going strong. I work at a pub. I say work. That's a bit bold. That's about it. I've just left uni, to be fair. Promotion. You can see all that on my membership page as well. Promotion when it comes from tonight's game. Bolton back 3 will be exposed by either of these two. Yeah, Wembley. Obviously, I think Peterborough. I think Bolton beat Oxford, but I think Peterborough beat Bolton potentially. I don't know. No, Todd, was jumping in to watch. Yes, you've got your priorities set. I like that. Good man. Bolton 5, Oxford 0. It's weird because Oxford obviously beat Peterborough. And a stat for you, Oxford haven't won at Peterborough in the last 5 visits. They've lost 3, drawn 2 at London Road. So it's a big game for them. The Peterborough team, Jed Steer in goal, the experienced Jed Steer that he saved 2 penalties this season, both against Fleetwood. Burrows at left back, 14 assists for him, 16 goals, 37 assists in 184 games at Peterborough. Ronnie Edwards, the most passes in the game the other day with 82. Played 45 matches out of the 46 this season as well. Knight alongside 168 appearances for him, the ex-Leicester boy. A long spell to Wickham in the middle of that. Jadel Katongo on loan from Man City. Darren McAntony actually did say that Man City are the easiest and best club to work for when regarding loans. Cipriano and Collins are the pivot too. Cipriano's got 8 goals this season. Archie Collins has got 3, 2 of which he scored home and away against Fleetwood, which proved to be pivotal in collecting 6 points for the Posh. Mason Clark on one side's got 4 goals in 19 since his move to Coventry. Materialise. Poku on the other side, 11 goals, 7 assists. He's come in for Adji Boy. Joe Randall, 10 goals, 7 assists. He's 25 later this year. And Ricky J. Jones, the only 21 still, has played nearly 150 times, scoring 25 occasions for Peterborough United. 4-2, 3-1 for Posh. Posh have a decent record against the bottom half sides. Again, 16 wins against 24, but it's against the top sides. They seem to have come a little bit up trumps. Only one against the top 6 at home, and that was against Oxford earlier this season. Big game for Oxford. Coming in goals, Stevens Moore, who made his 200th Oxford appearance against Blackpool earlier this year. Brown and Bennett make up a back four. Cameron Brannigan, who is 5th all-time goal scorers for Oxford United. Dale and Murphy on the flanks. And look about that. Rodriguez, Goodrum, Harris. Goodrum, he was at Hayes and Yedding in Slough Town only 2 years ago, starts in a playoff game. It's 4-3-3, but it looks to kind of be a 4-1-4-1 with Brannigan maybe sitting in, and then Rodriguez and Goodrum going to do their stuff, really, on the other sides as well. Big game for both. Oxford United, again, really good against the bottom sides, as you kind of expect. Against the bottom sides, Oxford, 15 wins, 4 draws, 5 defeats, 2.04 points per game. Against the top 12, they played 22, obviously, because you can't play yourself. Won 7, drawn 4, lost 8, collecting 1.13 points per game, 25 points from 22 games there as well. Peterborough slightly better over the course of the season, 7 points better off. Big game for both. What's your score predictions? Let me know down below. I am not showing the game footage at all. So no. The game is on Sky Sports TV. You can buy it now, pass for £9.99. You can see goals in this game. I can see it being 3 or 4 goals here, minimum. Really. Well, it's 1-0 to Oxford, so it'd have to be 2-1 to Peterborough. Oxford, my message would be to Oxford, don't go there and defend, because you won't defend for 90 minutes against Peterborough. Like, some teams struggle go there and defend for 15 minutes, Peterborough have scored in 22 out of 23 home games, failed to score in 1. Their last 0-0 at home was April 2023 against Bristol Rovers. So, for me, you've gone, 24 games with a 0-0, without a 0-0 at home. They're strong there. They're going to fancy them. Well, 25 games if you include the playoffs last year against Sheffield Wednesday. The one good thing is, for Peterborough, unless they go 5-0 up in this game, they cannot blow a 4-goal lead. So there are small wins. If you could like the stream, that'd be massively appreciated. If you've not subscribed already, please do down below. We are slightly behind. We are on Sky Go here. We are running on a little bit of a budget. So if we are 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds behind, don't worry. We are watching the game. But again, it looks to be a decent crowd at Peterborough. Given the chance, which fans to sit within the final? I think I want to sit with Bolton, but I just want to be there. I just want to be there. I managed to be at the last 2. It's all about getting a ticket. And I don't want Bolton to sell out and me to be in there and taking a ticket off a Bolton fan. Like, that wouldn't sit well with me. In fairness, Sheffield Wednesday last year, there was a spare ticket going, and Sheffield Wednesday in the end got more tickets and didn't quite sell out the full allocation. They took 50,000, but there were seats available as well. We are underway, by the way. I've seen a lot of stick about Fogden. There's a foul early on. Is it Harris? Yeah, Harris needs to do that today. Only had 22 touches the other day, the fewest from the players to play 90 minutes the other day. He's been good in recent weeks. 6 goals to assist, only 15 goals this season. It's night on him. And, Fleetwood went there and scored within 17 seconds. You can do a lot in 17 seconds. And obviously, Boston Lawell scored in that. It's going to be a big night for Peterborough. They've got to win. They've got to win, and we'll go through the reasons. But, yeah, it's been a lot of stick about Fogden in this week. And for me, I get it's his job to go around the country, and he would have had that plan for more weeks than Bolton. And I get he probably had his tickets bought before Bolton got into the playoffs and they knew they were playing. But for me, I'd do anything I'd be thinking, you can have days off work, for example, and go and watch your team. I'm not being funny. What would have been the difference in views from going to watch Bolton in a semi-final? For me, he's outgrown Bolton, in fairness. No disrespect to Bolton. He's probably thought, well, I can't go any more with them, so I need to go to bigger games. But it's just team semi-final, and it's his choice. He'll be at the final, no doubt. I'd want, if it was Fleetwood or an option to go and watch an El Clasico, if you gave me an option to go and earn 20 quid at Fleetwood or earn 250 quid or $2,000 at an El Clasico, and I could watch Fleetwood get to the final, I'd watch Fleetwood all day, because for me, that means more to me than money. But, it's his job at the end of the day, and I understand that. But for me, I'd be picking my own team. Peterborough get the ball early. Joe Randall on the ball. Gets a lot of stick, does Joe Randall. Out to Mason Clark. Corner ball posh. You're going to need to be good. They're going to have to be good in these early moments, Peterborough, especially, getting balls into the box. Set pieces, the ball in cleared out on the first alignment. 3 minutes in, Oxford through so far. A sea of yellow to the side, just over 1,000 in that away end. Out to Poku on this far side. You think that this could be his last game in the Peterborough United shirt tonight, if all things go well in the lines of Oxford United. Oxford sitting very deep and in a good shape and pushing Peterborough back, and the press is good, which is good to be seen. It does look 4-1-4-1, by the way, as well. I think the importance of Dale and Murphy are going to be vital for Oxford tonight. Not just going forward, but coming back defensively to help out the wing backs in Stevens and Bennett. It's going to be massive for them getting back. And he committed a foul on Mason Clark there. Did Owen Dale. His only Oxford United goal has come against Fleetwood on Bank Holiday Monday, Easter Monday. But going forward, they need to provide an option going forward as well. Ball in from a free kick. Header out. Is it Brown with the header? Header in back by Cipriano, the Cyprus man. And again, I think for Peterborough, it's be patient and wait for your opportunities. I think that's the most important thing tonight. Be patient, wait for your opportunities, and you will get them. You will eventually get them. Oxford will make a mistake at some point. You'd imagine. I thought Bolton last night probably made 5-6 mistakes in the game. I thought Barnes probably made 7 or 8, and they made a couple more. Bolton obviously went through in the match, but lost the game. It's big moments. That's no dig at Bolton's, no dig at Barnsley. It's League One clubs. You're going to make a tiny bit of a mistake, whether that's, letting a player into space or, not picking up a runner or letting a cross come into the box. They're fine moments. They're not mistakes, they're fine moments. Poku on this far side. Brown with the interception. It's a good thing with Brown. Obviously, he can play full back as well, so he can come over and cover. Jadel Katonga, obviously on loan from Man City. I've been really impressed by him because he's had big shoes to fill in the eyes of PK, who obviously was on loan from Rotherham, who maybe come back to Peterborough next season. Obviously, still his Twitter picture is in a Peterborough shirt, and was one of the players of the season. And was a big loss. When they lost him, Peterborough went on a bad run around February time. I think from February 3rd to February 17th, they lost 4 games. Peterborough have only lost 5 home games this season. And they still managed to score in 4 of them. Ball in! Who was that? Was that Cipriano at the back post? Got the first chance of Peterborough to come after 6 minutes. And again, it's from that wide area. That's what you're going to... The Mason Clarks, the Pocus, or the danger man. It's a good ball in. I thought Pocky does really well. It's Cipriani with a silent run. It's Bennett who just falls to sleep a little bit and loses the judgment of a header. And Cipriani comes in. Big fan of Hector Cipriani. Apparently bids from Watford on the late on in the window as well. And I look at this Peterborough team. I think who's going to be there next season? I think they may be able to sign a Jed Stee. I think Bilo Kapovic will stay, and they'll be the 2 goalkeepers next season. Obviously, I know there was issues about wage budget to bring them back, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Ruben Rodriguez plays the ball, and Oxford United could be in. Harris does well into the box. Harris put a ball across. Does he win a corner for his team? I think he does. Again, that's what you need from Harris. Brighter life on the eye of the Peterborough defence. He had 5 touches there. That's nearly a quarter of what he had the other day. He's going to have to be a real hold-up player. He's going to have to bring others into play. He might not. He might get bumps. He might get bruises. But 15 goals this season for his troubles when he struggled for form. He scored against Barnsley and Derby early in the season, and then went on a good bad period of no goals. Corner comes in, which is horrific, goes over everyone and goes out for a goal kick by Bennett, the former Cardiff man, over 170 appearances for them. I think he had a loan spell at Wigan as well last season as well. Originally came in halfway through this season, signed a short-term deal, and stayed at the club ever since. We are Wednesday, aren't we? I would like this Oxford to win, but Peterborough are a good side, but it will not be a 0-0 draw. If it's 0-0, I'll be very surprised. Ruben Rodriguez, you little dancer, through midfield, cut back and loses it. He's flicked the ball on halfway. If that was Brian Clough would be shouting, off, we don't flick the ball at this club, son. Off you come. And then he'd probably get a slap round the head. But Oxford just need to keep positive. They're going to go probably 5-10 minutes where Peterborough are really on top. I'm going to rank it up. Peterborough had 75% of the ball already in the first 8.5 minutes. And that shows you it's going to be like that. Or, Peterborough dominate whoever they play really at home. Peterborough, I think, have got the most possession in League One as well. Again, Brown comes over to this left-hand side to cover. Again, out the teams currently in the playoffs, Peterborough have only lost 1 game, that's to Oxford away. And the Buses lost twice against them in 3 weeks. A stat for you, 11% of Oxford United's home goals at the Casam this season came against Peterborough United in that 5-0 rout. In that period, around that, to be fair, they did manage to beat Fleetwood 4-0, Burton 4-0, and a great win over Peterborough as well. Glad you're well, Paul, and so far on your club and producing good content. Thanks so much, Lewis. Appreciate that. Cipriani on the ball now. Out to Archie Collins. Big fan of Archie Collins. 200+ games for Exeter. Good player. Out to Mason Clark. Dale stands him up. It's a good ball in. Flicked off an Oxford body and out for a corner. There's going to be a lot of that. Brown again. That's 2 or 3 big blocks from him. And that's what you need. You need to be able to get your head on the line. And they've weathered the storm really well, Oxford. I thought Peterborough probably were the better team in the first leg. Just small margins on the terms of play. But a Burrows in-swinger 20 goal contributions from a left back. Cipriano's getting wrestled in the ground. It's a ball in, flicked away again. And Oxford can maybe come clear now. I think it's Murphy. Murphy's all alone. Came to live towards the back part of the season. Murphy flicks it past Joe Randall. Murphy into the box. No one there. Was Harris there? Runners coming up. All claimed for a penalty potentially. Referee says no. The last penalty at London Road was Dion Charles, who netted it away. Obviously scored 2 penalties in a row, Dion Charles. Maybe a good omen if they get to the playoff final. So another ball in. Again, Burrows is forced, really, to put it out for a corner kick and doesn't really need to do it. Murphy again, bright light, been come to alive this back half of the season. And I must admit, I'm not a big fan of this stand behind the goal at Peterborough. It used to be really good. It was Gudrun. What a block by Cipriano, by the way. What a challenge by the CDM. Murphy's going to be on it. 11.5 minutes into the match. Peterborough, Oxford did score from a second phase of a corner the other day. It's a ball in. Cannot beat the first man. Right, can I just say, I think you should have your status of a professional footballer taken away from you if you cannot beat a first man from a corner. That's one thing that drives me nuts. Corners drive me nuts. I like them. Short corners and not being able to beat a first man does in my head. It makes it Clark ball in. It's another corner. It's corners galore. Mullers would be happy. Like short corners, right? What annoys me when people say you've got a 2% more chance of scoring from a. I'm like, well, when you've got like 5-6 footers in the box, get it in the box. Harris on there, Cipriano. That's an interesting matchup. Both. Cipriano is a massive man mountain, isn't he? We are 12.5 minutes into the match, and it's still 0-0. Peterborough getting second phase to play, put across. It's another corner. I think Peterborough must have had 6 corners. Finlay Stevens again with a block. Finlay Stevens looks a bit like Jack Ward's football podcast, I think. Does looks very near. How are the nerves, Oxford fans, if there are any in the chat? Knight's getting his shirt pulled all around him. Knight makes a run towards the front post. It's a good corner. You can see that's the plan. Get a corner. Knight runs across, header across, over the bar. Peterborough the better side. Oxford weathering the storm. Oxford having chances on the counter-attack. But after 13 minutes, it's Oxford United 0. Or Peterborough United 0. Oxford United 0. I appreciate that, mate. I'll let you know. Thank you. I'm all good, Darren. Mate, how are you, mate? If I've not read your chat, I will get to it. Will there be League 2 content for you next season? Yes. League 1, League 2, there'll be an update. I think I planned that for 2 weeks. I've got a rota of what I'm going to produce and when I'm going to. Any clappers there tonight? I haven't got any clappers tonight. I'll just go with my old notes. Come on. Come on, Oxford. Come on, Oxford. Come on, Peterborough. Glory's a goal. Oh, did my head in yesterday. Come on now. 5-0 Oxford would be nice. I think Peterborough win just for you, Katie. That's what I think. Honestly, White, what do you think about clappers at football, guys? Because I'd like to quite know, because we have them at Leicester, right? And I remember watching Sheffield Wednesday in playoffs, was it year before last, against Sunderland, and with Sunderland scored in last minute. Always drama when I go to Hillsborough or watch Sheffield Wednesday. They always seem to do well, bar that game. Literally they were playing Squeak Car. It was like a array of selection of old songs for about 10 minutes. Yesterday, it was I.O. Bolton Wanderers. I thought, I'm at Sheffield Wednesday, yeah? And then it was, what was it? Waterfall came on, obviously, for the Cameron Jerome chant. It was a strange selection of songs. Is this the way to Amarillo as well? It was a great selection. There should be a playoff for the last relegation playoff too, not be entertaining. I thought about something like that today, but I'll be there like, I couldn't give a sod. I don't want, to be fair, right? I don't want any more work to be due at the minute. Yeah, I will do. It's currently 0-0 after 15 minutes. It's just passing around the back. We'll keep. Most would say mix it up, Ben, on a corner. Yeah, you want to mix it up, but for me, especially late on in playoff games, there's nerves, and you're so focused on the man, you forget about the ball sometimes. For me, so I think that short corners, I think defensively, defend them are quite easier. I think, but I'm not a manager, so what will I know? I never ever want to be a coach, and I never criticise certain coaches. One, because they'd outschool me, but I just couldn't think of anything worse than coach a football team. Tyler Goodrum's down. He's been a big play for them. You know, he only scored 3 goals last season. I think he's got 8 goals this year. 2 years ago, he played in the FA Cup for Hayes and Yeading and played for Slough in the National League South. He's come on leaps and bounds. I think he signed a new contract at the start of this year. He was excellent against Portsmouth. I think he actually got the first goal that night in a 2-2 draw. I think we did a watch along for that game, didn't we? Darren Ferguson against Des Buckingham. Obviously, Darren Ferguson's been around the block. I think he's won 4 promotions. Peterborough been to Wembley 4 times, won on 4 occasions. They've been in both dressing rooms now, which is big. It sounds small, these little packages. Towards the end of the season, Peterborough basically were training every day from Darren McAntony's podcast, and straight after the Port Vale game they were in the gym and keeping fit that way in a classroom, keeping the minds occupied. Darren Ferguson gave him a bit of time off around Easter, and then they lost to Carlisle, and then after that, been in every day pretty much. But they look fresh. Against Cheltenham, they mixed it up. They had the lowest ever, I think the lowest squad this season to play a League One match, just over 21. When they played Fleetwood, their oldest player was 26. That was back in December, on the 16th of December, in a 1-0 win. Obviously, Collins got that one. Goodrum's up and fit. But, the oldest player was 26 and the youngest was 20. They had a good mix. I was saying about Barnes, at an average age of about 26. You know, Peterborough, young, fresh, hungry, talented team. And you look at the players that I think won't be there next year. Burrows, Katongo's on loan. Edwards and Knight. I think you might keep Knight, 1 out of 5. Cipriano and Collins. I think Cipriano will potentially leave. I think you'll keep Archie Collins. They've only been there a season. Mason Clark and Poku will leave. You'll keep Joe Randall, which some Peterborough fans give him so much jip. He's got 17 goal contributions. He's played 40 games. I know he's 24. He's one of the older players in the team. He's 25 later this year. He's only played 150 games at 24, which isn't, when you look at Ricky J. Jones, played 145 for Peterborough at 21. The one thing I think with him that he's lacked is serious game time before this season. And he scored 10 goals, Ricky J. Jones, but he doesn't look prolific or doesn't, scream 20 goals a season, but his work off the ball, I'm seeing now, his pressing is unbelievable. It's a long ball over the top, and Murphy could be in. Harris is chasing. Murphy puts the ball across, and again, that's what you want, a long diagonal over top. That's one thing Oxford do have with these wingers in Owen Dale and Josh Murphy. Josh Murphy timed his run to perfection, and again, it's a high line. The back four is like a bit like... I don't know. What shapes? Zigzag, bang, 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 bang. Wing backs here, centre halves here, centre halves that position. Ronnie Edwards, which I've got a piece on Ronnie Edwards in a minute that I prepared earlier. Good player. Before I say anything, I don't want to fall out with Peter fans or Ronnie Edwards. I think he's the best centre half in League One. Short corner again by Oxford. I think it's Murphy who whips it in, and he's headed away for another throw in. So far, we've had 8 corners. I think we've had 4 short corners, and led to nothing. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. But yeah, I think, and then the bench, you're looking at De Havilland will have to come in next season and play more games. He's only 21. He's only started 5 games this year. I know he's come from Barnet. And then you've got like Donnelly on the bench, Fernandez on the bench, Mothersill on the bench, who's been brilliant of late as well. Mason Clark now into the box. Nice bit of flick. To the edge of the box. Put across. Header across. Randall. We'll flick it on to Cipriano. Oh my God. Cipriano. Katongo. Cipriano. What a challenge, Bennett on Poku. That's what you want. And Brown. Cipriano's in no man's land. I'm a big fan of this of Kieran Brown. I think he's a great player. I think he's not a Ronnie Edwards. He's not a Knight. He's not a Erin Cashin. He's not a what's he called? Regan Poole. But he's a 7 or 8 out of 10 every week, and you need that in a team that goes up. Oxford United were lucky to have a great, well, not lucky, but we're fortunate that they had a strong start. They picked up 8 wins in the first 10 games, only lost to Cambridge away from home on the opening day, who Cambridge, to be fair, won the first 2 games of the season against Oxford and Fleetwood. Good start to the season. They started last season very well, won the first 4 home games. The season before this one, and then obviously all went wrong under Mark Bonner there. But then after that, struggled 14 points in the next 10 games. I think it was 13 points in the next. Picked up 14 points. And in the last 7 games, managed to, I think, pick up 4 wins, 2 draws, and a loss against Lincoln. So they managed to pick it up. Although Peterborough have had, I'd say, 70% of the play, obviously it's just come up here. They've only had 1 shot on target. It didn't really sting the palms of Jamie Cumming, who has been around now for a long time. He's had 2 loan spells at Milton Keynes and AFC Wimbledon. He's been at Stevenage and Gillingham. I think he's had 150 appearances and they've all been on loan. He's never found a home. And I've said this about Connor Ripley. I've said this about certain players. The good players, they need to find a home, and these loan spells are beneficial. But he's getting on now, and if Oxford maybe stay down, potentially there's a chance for him to go there. But I don't think he'll make it into Chelsea's plans. No disrespect, but he's finding that home and getting into a League One, League Two team. Realistically, Finlay Stevens just having a few words with the referee. Just needs to be careful early on, a quarter of the way through the match. Look, Oxford will be thinking get to half time, but the first 20 minutes were vital. And you look, it's 2 youngish sides out there, and you're looking for people. Where are you looking for experience? Well, Harrison Burrows has nearly played 200 games at 21, 22. Ronnie Edwards has played over 100 times. Knight's played nearly 200 games. You've got Mason Clark and Pock, who probably played 200 games between them. Jay Jones has played. You've probably got nearly 1,000 appearances in that people's side. So it's young, but it's experience. It's been around the block. It's not like they played under 23s football and they just come in. It's a young team, but talented team. To the back post, Cipriano, Burrows, flicked across. Oh, what a save. What a save. And I said big moments in the match. It's Knight with it. He said it all come from that free kick. Oxford just switch off. I think Harris goes in for it. Knight with a flick. And he gets a shot away on his left foot. Harris again crumbles to the ground. Knight leaves Brown. Brown's been excellent in this match. It might even take a touch off Moore, who scored in the game. And it's a good save. He should make it, really. He palms it away with strong arms. But again, Peterborough and Brannigan can bring it away and plays a long ball out this far side to Murphy. That's what Oxford seem to be doing. It's too far and too fast. Peterborough just want to dominate proceedings. But for Oxford, it's getting that quick ball to Murphy on the far side. That's all Oxford have offered so far. And they are a little bit deep. And you feel like they just need to hold on. First goal's massive. It's a ball across. To go out for a corner. Burrows, wasteful with it. Peterborough, though, when you're talking about being strong at home this season, the most goals at home this season as well. But on this season, they've scored in 22 of the 23 games. And Craig McKell-Smith, another Peterborough legend there, they produce some... when they say prime Barclays, you're thinking prime EFL, right? Where we go, Dwight Gale, Peterborough. You think Craig McKell-Smith, obviously there's another one. Britta Sombalonga, another one. Ivan Toney, another one. They've had Lee Tomlin. What was he called? Madison. Marcus Madison was he called? Another one. They've had so many players like that over the past, that have gone on for good sums of money or gone on to have good, illustrious careers as well. And they keep doing it. Because young players want to go to Peterborough. Their academy is great. I really like Darren McAntony. I think he's great. Obviously, he's very high praise in Peterborough, but you would be very house proud, as we've learned from a certain Lincoln fan. He thinks he's the owner of Lincoln, I think, as well. Poku now on this far side. Up against Bennett. Poku takes it past Bennett, but Bennett manages to squeeze the ball out for a corner. 25 minutes gone. Cracking video on Ipswich, mate. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. That was just an extra. This is an extra one. If you are new, please like, please subscribe. We set ourselves a very ambitious goal to hit 15,000 subscribers at the start of this, by the end of the season. It might not happen. Last night when I checked, we were on 751 away. Before I came on air today, we were 665 away. Ball in. Header one. We are behind on comments because we are slightly behind on the Sky Go, so we don't want to get too ahead. So I will read your comments in a bit as well. So 665 away now from 15,000 subscribers, and lots of content coming your way. Can see why Posh got rid of Butler. No need to park the bus anymore. Absolutely. But again, Oxford will just be thinking, get through little moments. Don't waste time. Don't sit in. You're going to have to go and create something. But Peterborough, just don't get frustrated and don't try things too exotic. Don't just do what you do best. Colin's been a great signing for ball. 750 grand, right? He scored his 11th or 12th goal of the season yesterday? 12th, I think it was. I think I did a stat on him where he'd got 16 goals, 11 assists last season. He scored 28 goals and got 1 assists. Got 47 goal contributions in 95 games. He averages 1 every 2 games. It's a great signing for Bolton. Like, even next season, he's a championship player. So long ball to Murphy again. That night in the cups. Murphy again, ball in, sting, header away. Will come out to the far side. Goodwin with the shot goes out for a corner. This is good by Oxford. A little bit of pressure. Tyler Goodwin, I like him a lot. There's players like him in this league. I think Sonny Carey at Blackpool. Young players with non-league backgrounds and come through academies in the EFL. But again, it's Archie Collins on him. It's a good block. Tyler Goodwin come on leaps and bounds this year. Homegrown at Oxford as well. He looks very familiar to a certain T-Lopper. Jack Wall Football Podcast. Brown, Brannigan, Moore. Brannigan to Moore was the combination the other day. Brannigan in the top 5 goal scorers. Behind some greats for Oxford. It's a ball in. Matty Taylor being one. Oh, that was a foul. Tyler Goodwin on Joe Randall there. Evening, hello. Coppers are pathetic in my opinion. People have done well via their academy and signed non-league. Yeah. You look at their team, Mason Clark, Poku, Jones came through their academy, Burrows came through their academy, Ronnie Edwards. You know, they love Barnett. I bet Barnett loved them. Who was it that recently? Was it Anis? Darren McCanty was talking about like Anis Mehmeti, who they were talking about like the sell-on fee that I think Barnett would have got. But like, yeah, it's 1-0 on aggregate. It's 0-0, 1-0 aggregate. Even though footy fix from my newest League 2 vlogger, Up the Pies. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Football might as well have a non-contact sport. At times, it might as well be like that, yeah. Come on, Oxford, as Bolton fan, it'll be a better game at Wembley. Reckon we'll be mid-table. Got an experienced manager. That's coming from a Mansfield fan. Only gave Oxford 1,350 tickets sold out. Half hour, then put Borough flags in our end, taking valuable space. If you're yeah, I get that, and I get why they've done it. Maybe because of the advantage, but it's stupid, isn't it? Really. Like yesterday, Bolton could have. Bolton didn't give them the full allocation for that stand. I think the stand holds 2,400 and gave them 2,150. I think they basically said, well, we'll give you what you give us. Which is right. I know they have that 10% rule, don't they? Or 5%. Is it the 5% rule or 10%? 10% rule. It's 20. Is it 20% in the FA Cup? I think as well. But yeah, if you've got any League One questions, get them in below. What's the score? It's currently 0-0. Half an hour gone. Tyler Goodwin's down again. This doesn't look too good for him because he's been down a couple of occasions. Who's winning League Two next year? Who's winning League One next year? I think Fleetwood. No. I'm going to go for. So hard to predict right now. One thing I'll say, I don't think Wrexham get in the top 6 next year. I think they do what Bolton have done. I think next season they'll do 9th, get in the playoffs. I think they'll go up in 2 or 3 seasons. Bolton allocated 36,500 tickets. That means nothing. That's the normal allocation. I saw it before. They can get more if they want them, if they sell out, because, no disrespect, Peterborough will probably take 25,000 to 30,000. Oxford will probably take similar. So Bolton probably could have 45 if they wanted. It's very similar to the Barnsley situation last year. There's absolutely nothing against taking 25,000. It's unbelievable. Fleetwood would probably, I think Bolton took 40,000 last year. Fleetwood would probably take 40. 40, yeah. No, we'd probably take 5, maybe 6. Depends. How many Bibby buses can you get? How do you think Pompey will do in the championship? I reckon between 14th and 18th. I think it's going to test John Messino, but I love the guy. I watched a 20-minute interview yesterday, obviously, that they put out, I think, earlier this week, and he was talking about Marcus McGuane's come on for Tyler Goodrum, gutted for him. As an Oxford boy, the number 19, Marcus McGuane. Good player. Come through Arsenal's academy, played for Barcelona on one occasion. Barcelona B, and made a home at Oxford. More of a defensive-minded player than Tyler Goodrum, but more of an experienced player. Oxford will win the ball back deep on. There'll probably be 3 or 4 minutes added on. John Messina, going back to him, he's got 8 or 9 quarter zips, loves the curry, likes an arm bread, likes to go on a run and away game. I noticed he's very superstitious as well. He likes sticking with the navy one because they win that, and he doesn't wear ones that he's already worn, and he has panic attacks if he brings the wrong one in the white trainers. And I was there like, oh my, sounds like me. If every time that I don't have a drink, we win. So that's why we got relegated, isn't it? What a boy. I like him so much. I've got enormous respect for Portsmouth. Great football. There's not many football clubs that I don't like, really. I'm not a person that hates anyone, really. I'll try and see the best in anyone. Jake's very familiar. Like, people ask me what it's like to work with them, and the guys on the table are very similar. Like, Tommy's the nicest guy you'll ever meet. Like, lovely guy. Like, I could ring Tom now and say, mate, I'm struggling on the stream. Will you come and help me? And he will. Like, he's that sort of guy. Or like ball in from Poku, Katongo. Tom's, and the amount of times that I've needed like maybe a late thumbnail or some help with YouTube or some advice, Tom is belting. Jake is like, he'll see the best in anyone, like, and I can ring Jake about anything about any time. There's nothing that Jake wouldn't do, and there's nothing I wouldn't do for Jake. He's a good lad. Don't tell him that to his face because he'll get all arrogant. But I like Jake, bar when he doesn't get in the playoffs and then runs away from it all because he knows he's going to get sick because he's given it all week and he can't take the backlash. But and then he pretends he's got a cold. Hey Jake, and Wardy's just Wardy. Wardy's the funniest. Well, I don't know if I'd say Wardy's probably the funniest guy I've ever worked with. Well, I say work. Been on a podcast with or come across like, and he doesn't mean to be funny. Like if you listen to T Up, you'll know exactly what I mean. But I think they'll finish 16th. I think they'll stay up. I think you should stick with Paul Cook really, and you'll finish 4th in League One. There are 2 things I said on Ipswich. Ipswich fans don't forget, do they? At the time, I thought, well, who's Kieran McKenna? Like, what's he going to do? And then, yeah. Leighton Orient next season, I reckon top 12, top 10 maybe. Richie Wellens, if he's still there, hopefully. I think Ipswich stay up. I really do. I think they need to probably sign 8 to 10 players. Like, they can't do what they did last year. I think Wigan will do well as well. I do really think. A League One next season looks really good. Like, Fleetwood aren't in it. I'm more excited for League One next season watching my own team, Fleetwood. Honestly, I really am. I'm looking forward to going to new grounds. I get, I think, 6 or 7 new grounds. But I'm going to be going to a lot of League One games next year. Like, I've got more time now and more availability. Like, I've been struggling with uni this year, like writing about long days on dissertations and stuff like that. So I can actually get out to games now. My plan is to maybe potentially do a watch along or a game every Tuesday that Fleetwood don't play that I can do anyway. So corner kick for Peterborough, one away at the front post. Oxford can come clear with Murphy, but no one up for him. There's no one up. Oxford are very deep. Oxford have gone to defend, and I can't blame them. But can they defend on this for another 55, 60 minutes, shall we say? Did he? I must have missed that. Right, that's great news. Thank you for telling me that. I genuinely, right, honestly, I've been on Twitter just to tweet. I've not looked at anything on Twitter or social media because thank you for telling me that. That's great news. Buzzing for that. Richie Wellens is great manager. Oxford coming forward now. I'll say something on that after. I think it's good. I don't think it's all what's made up to be. That's all I'll say. So my intention of it is, right, every team going to be shown at least 20 times this season, right? You'll think we're on Sky a lot. Our game's going to be moved. No, the 3 p.m. blackout is still there. Apparently, well, it's still like iFollow, right? From my interpretation, but it's on Sky. I still think like if who do the iFollow commentary now will be doing it for their own clubs, right? That's what I'm getting the impression of. So 20 times you're on the opening day show. That can take one off. Your final day, that's 18. Bank holiday, so your Boxing Day 17, your New Year's Day 16, Easter Monday, Friday, that's 2. We're at 14 now, 15 now. And then you think, well, I don't know if Papa John's are included, but then all Tuesday nights, so there's 6 minimum midweek games in League One. That's taking out internationals. Like, realistically, how many games do we have on international weekends? We had 4 international weekends. I'd probably say we had less than 3. We had 3 games on 12. I'd say we probably have 11 games on out of 48 over the international break. So there's going to be more. So you're probably going to be seeing maybe 5 or 6 times on Sky, which is more, but it's not as made up to be big on that as well. Automatic for Cambridge next season, I reckon. Somebody's been drinking, haven't they? Jesus. I have to see what you've been drinking, Katie. If you can get, I'll tell you what, right? If you can get under 2.5 managers this season, you've done well. Volleyed across and there's a header. Goes up for another throw-in. Yeah, well, I'm not being funny. Pot kettle, isn't it? With me saying that we went through 3 managers in the space of 23 games. But if you can get on the 3 managers, you've done well this season. I like Cambridge, good club. I don't know if you've ever seen the vlog of the Zorb football on this. If like everyone here, I got absolutely twatted in Zorb football. Like, I went on, my glasses came down, I couldn't see a thing. I was blind as a bat, and I got the guy playing me. Jesus Christ, he didn't go easy on me. Sky Sports Plus, yeah. So they're my real thoughts on Sky Sports Plus. Anyway, very interesting. That's definitely. My word is, it's like someone who's played Football Manager with Ipswich. That's how it feels. It's unbelievable. They are, but like I've just said, it's the opening day of the season. It's for me, it won't affect me because I'll be at the Fleetwood games anyway. But I don't know if I will do every game next year. I say that probably will be doing because I feel I just can't miss one. But it's better because I'm hoping I can do a lot more watch-alongs next season if they are something that people fancy, and it sees how they do as well. Like, I want to get to a lot more games next year and definitely do a lot more stuff on the channel. Like, my content, I'm doing an update starter. I'm planning, and I'm pretty much there in what I want to do. Like, it's been easy because it's not like Fleetwood got relegated like that, like a Birmingham did. He said like it's been on the cards for like, it was never really on, really. And if it was on, then it was only a little factor. Ball in from a corner, back post, it's in. Peterborough have scored. It's night. It's 1-1. 41 minutes. Peterborough are back in it. We are all level again. Oxford switched off and at a key time in the match. How many times this season have I banged on about doing things at the right time? If you do things at the right time, score at right moments, take your opportunities, keep playing to the whistle, you will get what you want. If you concede at big moments and fall away at big moments, you won't. It all comes from a free kick, edge of the box to the left-hand side. And it's a two-touch move. Great ball in. Knight wrangles away from Harris. Harris not been good enough in his own box. And Knight had an attempt a minute ago with his second shot on target. Puts it behind Jamie Cumming. And Peterborough are 1-0 up on 41 minutes. It's Peterborough United 1. Oxford United 0. And on aggregate, it's Peterborough 1. Oxford 1. 2 goals from centre halves. It was more in the first leg. It's Knight in the second leg. Big goal. 1-1. It's your best vlog yet? Oh, you like seeing me get to what I do, yeah. Yeah. I bloody don't. Believe me. That was the worst. That honestly, right? That was the worst day in my life. Electric atmosphere here, by the way. There's a banana here. There's inflatables galore. Flags are out. Tops are off. Not that I can't hear anything. It's a bit like Fleetwood fans. You can see them moving. There's a pyro. Hang on a minute. Let me get my phone out. There you are. That'll definitely make it into some vlogs that are here. Pyros as Peterborough fans go. Pyros and pitch invasions as Peterborough fans go. I'll be already thinking, get in, got my title. If you're a vlogger or a content creator, you'll know. I don't know what it is about them. They just bang. It's a good pyro as well, to be fair. But there'll be a lot of added time. They scored 2.5 minutes ago. And there was a lengthy period with Goodrum going off. I'd probably say there's going to be 5 minutes added on here. Yeah, you'll get more, though, than that. You'll get more. Best wishes from the USA. Thank you very much, mate. Best wishes to you. Only thing about, mate, but Sky Sports Package, yeah, 100%. You can't get every game now on that, can you? Well, you couldn't. To be fair, you're not losing anything because you couldn't get them anyway, could you? It's going to be very interesting to see how it all pans out anyway. Littler, pick a 1-0 pyro. What the dart player. Just Little play darts. I never knew that. Poku. On this far side. Oh, good block, Bennett. Hello, Scott. How are you, son? Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday only got that, and they took 50,000 last year. Like, United have already been allocated that, but you'll get more. As soon as you saw that, I don't get why. I always think, well, get 40. Because I think what did you take last time to the Papa John's? Was it 35? Was it 36? You'll sell more than that this time, surely. Oh, the one thing I've noticed about Bolton, they've got great support. They always have the peak. Like Bolton get to about 22, 23k at home, and they don't seem to be able to get to 25, 26. Like, they can get to 23 all right, and then after that, they kind of fluctuate. But I did think yesterday, for big games like that, you kind of think sometimes that the atmosphere can be a bit flat. It was electric yesterday. I wonder what both managers will be thinking. I think if it's Darren Ferguson, I'd be happier because you've got the goal before half-time. 1-0 before half-time would have been the target. And you like, chasing is better than holding on. You look at world champions of any sport, they don't normally, they're better when they're chasing. You look at Michael Smith, he's retaining the darts world champion, it wasn't great. Luca Brissell on the snooker, and it's the same in football. Man City are relentless. They're quite lucky that they can write off billions and billions of pounds. But, like, you look at, I think Arsenal, if they won the Premier League this year, which I think they will do, I think City will slip up at one of the remaining games. I think Arsenal might struggle going forward because they've been so used to chasing. It's hard when you're the best in your league. It's 6 minutes added on as well. 6 minutes. It's hard when you're the best. And or in front in any match. And when you're chasing, Peterborough obviously have been in that situation. And we're on the back end of it last year. We're 4-0 up and, managed to, thought, well, 4-0 should be enough to go and hold on to. It wasn't. Murphy now on this far side. Bourne is blocked. I did think that Oxford needed to score, but that makes it 24 matches in a row that Peterborough United have scored at home. Well, no, sorry, 24 out of 25, sorry. Is that a free kick on the edge of the box? It is. It is. Is it a free kick? Yes. Archie Collins with a foul. Just outside on Owen Dale. And I mean about that much outside. 6 inches? Outside? No, probably about 6, maybe 10 inches outside the box. Euros watch-alongs, potentially, if there's interest there, maybe. But everyone does Euros. I'm different. He's very just outside the box. Jed Steer lining up his wall. He's going to go for it. He struck it in the middle. Handball. That's handball. Penalty. Oh. Gary Neville is oohing. That's a big call. That's a massive call. It's the 4 penalty. Brannigan struck it. Yeah. And Burrow's arms up here. Burrow's arms up there. He's going in the goal. To be fair, it's not actually. I think Collins might be covering it. But it's a penalty. It's a 4 penalty Peterborough United have conceded in 4 home games. Fleetwood, Bolton, 3 home games. It's Cameron Brannigan, Mr. Oxford United. 288 Oxford United appearances. Has scored 9 penalties this season. 4 to his left, 4 to his right, 1 towards the top of the middle. Jed Steer saved 2 penalties against Boston Llewellyn and Promise of a Cherry. Cameron Brannigan, the former Liverpool and Fleetwood man himself, has a huge chance on 48 minutes. Brannigan slots it home. We have a big turn in this playoff tie. We thought both teams would need to score. Well, Peterborough did need to score, but Oxford have fought back. It's a big goal for them. It's Peterborough 1, Oxford United 1. Wow. Drama to the highest level. It was a penalty, clear as day. Great penalty by Brannigan. He goes to the right-hand side, sends Jed Steer the wrong way. If only Promise on a Cherry could do that. That's all I ever ask. When Oxford United have conceded first this season, they've lost 8 of 11 games, which isn't great. In the other 11 games, they've won 9, drawn 2. They drew once away, 0-0. I think the other one might have been Wickham 0-0. So they've only managed to pick up 7 points when conceding first. Posh have won 10, drawn 2, lost 4, lost 2 when they've scored first. But they need to win by 2 or more goals. Otherwise, we're going to extra time. It's currently Peterborough 1, Oxford 1. Knight and then Brannigan from the spot. Brannigan, who won the penalty, scores the penalty. 10 out of 10. A perfect 10 for him. He once scored, I think, 4 in a game against Gillingham. I think it was a hat-trick of penalties. But again, key moments in the game, putting your arm up. You can't do it, Harrison Burrows. Big moments. And now it's getting into half-time. Oxford will be delighted. Even so, they'd have taken this situation at half-time. The 3 quarters there. Would Peterborough have taken it? I don't think they would have. They probably would have taken 0-0 over 1-1. Corner comes in. Back post. Volleyed. Over the bar. Cameron Brannigan. Cameron Brannigan is literally the example of Chris MD. Right? I have 10,000 shots every season and my top 10 goals are insane. The Barnsley-Bolton game in the second leg was at 98%. Yeah, it was. It looked very full from where I was. There was some empty seats in the Barnsley end. There was a couple apparently in the top stand, but I couldn't see them. But the atmosphere last night was incredible. What can you actually get in there? Because I'm guessing it's 27, but for safety reasons, they always take some out. Sky takes some out. I'm buzzing for them. It's good to see a team like Bromley come up. I think Bolton would take, yeah. I think Derby will. I think they'll stay up. I think probably 18th. A lot of love for Oxford, by the way, as well. Hi Ben. How will Blackpool do next season? I think top 10. They let Matty Virtue go. They let Marvin Ekpateta and Callum Connolly go. Shane Lavery's gone. It's big time for a rebuild. The ownership is up and down, isn't it? Obviously, I think Sam Sadler can still invest and hasn't gone away just yet. But ball across. Randall, good save by Jamie Cumming. Joe Randall again could have had a brace in this game. Good movement by the boy. And this thing always believe in Joe Randall at Peterborough. It's a good, to come off the it's Mason Clark again. Been impressed by him. And Randall, first time volley. Just a tip over the bar. Corner kick to come in. Blackpool, no, it's not, mate. No, it's so basically Blackpool against Fleetwood is a game geographically next to us on the map. It's 8 miles separate us, but it's not a derby now. It's the same relevance as Fleetwood against Dover. Yeah, not a derby. Big goal, half time. I can't spike. I forgot, honestly, right? When we used to do these watch-alongs 3 years ago, right, in front of like 15 people in Fleetwood, it was hard. I remember how hard these watch-alongs are now, believe me. There was a lot of space, you're right, Tony, at all. Last night, Bolton's high line was unbelievable. I heard Bolton's allocation 36. Yeah. Right. So, any questions? Get them in below. We've got 100 people in the chat currently as well. And if you could subscribe, we're currently 38 away from 14,400. And you can join as a channel member down below as well. We've got an extra video coming in the next couple of days as well. We've got 8 bits of content over there. Join the just over 50 now. Join as a member. So, a massive appreciation. We'll give some shout outs to current members as well. I think that's Burton Albion on tour came a member. Tony, Tom, my good mate Tom. Wardy came a member. Luke obviously got a membership in one of the last streams as well. Ashley became a member. Dave Sandel became a member. Billy Mallet became a member. Graham Wilkins, I think it's a Portsmouth fan. Lewis became a member as well. Links, the legend that is Lincoln fan. I think he's currently in Ireland now. Shout out to him. Jack Kershaw. Go and check out his threads on Twitter as well. Dan Morell, I think it's a Shrewsbury fan. Shout out to you. Tony, AGW as well, makes the graphics on this channel and makes it look pretty. Alex is a channel member as well. CJ as well. Joe Morgs, Bristol Rovers fan. Good guy, Jack. Sue, our lovely Sue. Owen Crompton was our first member as well. Chris Lamb, another member as well. So shout out to Sam Cummings as well, Max Gleeson. Amongst others, there's loads of others that obviously are in the chat now. Ian, Josh Simpson, Adam, Paul, Anthony, Hendo Imps as well. Had some good interaction with him on Twitter as well over the years as well. Appreciate it a lot. If Bolton more beer needed. What you want, Luke? Anything nice? This is what I drink on a match day. This Ribena. This actually is cordial, by the way. On a match day, I don't have cordial. you're a Fleetwood fan, you need something to get you through it, believe me. Cool fact, just seen on Twitter, Knight and Moore played together in less than the 21s, and they've both scored against over the two legs. Yeah, there's a lot of Leicester and Barnet connections in this team as well. Shipyard, what an awful choice. I thought you had a better choice than that. Few chilies in the milk. Why can't they let ground fill at an away end? I know they won't. That's the issue. Like when Fleetwood go away, they won't let us fill the away end. Because they only allocate us about 100 tickets. So when you're seeing Fleetwood only taking 80 away, but they only give us 100 tickets, so people don't get them because they want to leave room for others. That's the reason. Yeah, that is the reason. But I couldn't stand it. I can't stand ale or stuff like that. Not for me. Yeah, Jim's bar. What are your pre-match routines on a match day? Let us know down below as well. And what's your predictions for the final of this game as well? Let us know in the description below. I've got to go. See you. See you later, mate. Good question. That is actually my next video. Well, one of my next videos. So coming up, we've got stuff like this. It's really good. We've got a League One team of the season to produce as well, which, wow, there's so much content coming. It's unbelievable. If Borough go through, give them an extra 10 tickets, but in Wembley Arena. John Messino on. He's mad. John Messino played 4 games for Oxford last season. John Messino, who has won promotion with Portsmouth this year as manager, who went in last season as manager in January, went in and played for Oxford last season. Mind-boggling. And he started 2 of the 4 games he played as well. The goal, it was a Knight goal. It was a ball in, switched off by many players as well. And Knight just puts it across. Yeah. So that is it. I'd love it if Oxford did it. I'll say that now because I want to go and because then it can be a big thing for Wardy as well. How much money are Ipswich going after? I think a good 50, 60 million quid. I think loan signings. I think signing Amari Hutchinson is a big one for them as well. But we've got a video on away days, and we've also got a nice League One awards evening as well next Wednesday on the channel as well. So you can join us for that, where we're going to dish out some nice League One awards where you can win absolutely nothing, but we're just going to have a nice little hour and a half on here, and Messina scored a pen for Oxford at the Cast, that helped knock Portsmouth out of the playoffs. Yeah. He talked about that in his interview, actually. He went, no, it's not. He got promoted with Stevenage. You mentioned that. How are we, Central Wigan? I hope you're well, mate. I believe I owe you a membership as well. I think you won a membership a few weeks ago, didn't you? So get in touch and I'll sort that out for you. What away days are you most looking forward to in League Two? Hello, Sam. Just been talking about you, mate, being a channel member. I hope you're well. What more? Grimsby. Not done that one. Not quite Lincoln, but Grimsby. Bromley's a new ground for me. Notts County, new ground for me. Bromley's a totally new ground for me. Where else haven't I been? I think I worked out there's 7 new grounds for me. I've been to Swindon, I've been to Doncaster, I've been to Bradford, Accrington, Morecambe, Barrow, loads. Hello, you. How are you, mate? Good to see you last night. To be fair, mate, I've not been missing. I've missed you, of course. I missed people at the football, but I've not been missing Fleetwood one bit. It's been so nice having a break. Batter Grimsby, please. Of course, mate. Of course. We'll lose 1-0. Yeah. Who do you think's going to win the Championship playoffs? Ooh. Southampton. Haven't been to Wembley for 50 years. Under 50s, 55 years. Under probably was it Don Revy? Don Revy. Cloughie's worst nightmare. That I'd love it if one day, right, Leeds, like Nigel Clough, managed against Leeds and beat them. Because it'd just be typical Clough against, old Leeds. Obviously, Clough didn't like Leeds. I'm doing well, thanks, mate. Shame to lose Fleetwood. Yeah, gutted, mate, but everything happens for a reason. League One top goal scorer. Oh, he's hard. Because if Bolton stay down, I think Aaron Collins. Maybe Alfie May again. Boring, I know. JCH if he stays in the division. In League One and League Two, I think it's hard to say in England, mate, because I don't look at Premier League clubs, really. Like, well done to Man United fans that chanted at the end to the players. Well done. Great, that's 4-0 to Crystal Palace. Yeah. The suffering and pain continues to finish 6th in the Premier League. I mean, there's some clubs this season in the EFL, lower league, that Morecambe might not even see next week. You know what I mean? That's suffering. Wigan, Bolton, Portsmouth, Blackpool have all been through, tough times recently as well. They're just a few. I think this will do. I think they'll do what Port Vale did first season. I think they'll finish around 18th-ish at the moment. Portsmouth, the Blues, Moose's Blues. Where's the best pub in Fleetwood? You're looking at probably Strawberry Gardens or Spoons, mate. Really, Thomas Drummond's. They're probably the best two for an away game. Are you going to make a move? I believe we are, but I don't believe he's coming. He's going to Chesterfield, apparently. So it was quite funny because I put on my Instagram story just as a hope that tell the world I'm coming home. Never noticed it. Dirty Money sing it, apparently. And I'm thinking, quite sums up Fleetwood, that, doesn't it? We Burton beat Leeds in the Championship under Clough. Oh, was that 1 year wins, was it? Oh, go on, Cloughy. Great, that. Thanks, Luke. Who's going down next season? Can we decide on the league first? And then I'll let you know. Fleetwood should try and Caden Jackson. Would he go down to League Two? League One, maybe? I could see maybe a Wrexham go in for Caden Jackson. I really could. He'll end up at Wrexham. Yes, I believe so. We should have a video out on it very soon as well. I'm not completely sure what's happening, but there is a podcast next year. That's all I know. Which is good. I didn't want to lose T-Lot, which, yeah. Genuinely I think Lincoln will be in the top 6 next year. I think Lincoln will be in the top 6 next year, 100%. I think they need to keep the likes of Lass, replace Joe Taylor. It's all about who they bring in, Lincoln. The loan signings need to be good as well. And if they do that right, they'll be all right this season, I think. Yeah. There's a lot of talk about us getting someone from File. Everywhere I see is, sign this player. Connor Barrett, I think it was at Fylde as well. Fylde and Fleetwood don't get on. So if there's anyone from Fylde, but I could see maybe that. I like Wigan, so maybe we can get someone from Wigan. Wigan, great club. I think to be fair, when I look back at my journey on YouTube, who helped set me up, I always remember Portsmouth was my first kind of, club that helped me on my way. Then, to be fair to him, Wigan weren't far after that. And then Ipswich as well. And those 3 clubs have had a big part. And Bolton as well. Those kind of 4 clubs. And Blackpool fans just laughed at me, to be fair. So, I had 4 nice ones and 1 that laughed at me, but I got views out of them. I reckon a Championship club at Idris. He's a top player. He's a great player. Him and Darren Pratt just worked well together. because they're both intelligent, but one has legs. And Darren Prattley, to be fair, 39, wasn't he, a couple of weeks ago? He's got legs. It is what it is. Like, I've been Stockport County plenty of times, not just with, not with Fleetwood, but plenty of times, with Salford, really, and watched them against, I think I watched them against Bromley, actually, when they drew 1-1. I think it was Bromley in the National League. Just 2 or 3 years ago. Stockport's Rise didn't get mentioned. They were in the National League North about 10 years ago. Your mate Mitchell coming back. I saw that article. Stupid. That'll be out very soon. There is a video on that very soon as well. If you could like the stream, that'd be massively appreciated as well. With the second half nearly starting as well. We're currently at 68 likes. So if you could give us a like, a helping hand towards 100, massively appreciated that as well. Do you reckon Oxford will still be interested in Brendan Weir? Do you think get promoted? 100%. Maybe more so, I think. Maybe more so. Oxford have been in a playoff final before, lost to Wickham in that playoff that time. What a team-up year that would have been to do the playoffs. Lincoln's first season in League One did really well, finished about 15th, faded towards the end, but had a lot going on. Obviously, had to change manager, beat Ipswich 5-3. First season in League One, great season. You had Fleetwood in the playoffs, you had Oxford in the playoffs, you had Portsmouth in the playoffs, and Wickham went up. Woo! We lost 4-1. Oxford beat Portsmouth. And, yeah. I think a good League One club. I think he's service to Portsmouth. I think he's a cult hero at Portsmouth. The job he's done this season has been unbelievable. Another sub for Oxford, the second sub, Sam Long comes on. He had a loan spell in the non-league pyramid in 2017, but a long servant for Oxford. Ragger to Oxford if they don't go up. Could see that. Maybe back at Lincoln. Would you have him back at? Would you have Lincoln fans? Would you have Raggett back? We're underway. Score predictions, please, down below. Let us know. I said 2-1 to Peterborough at the start of the night, and I'm going to stick with that. Oxford pressing very high up. Oh, Jed Steer. Banana kick and out for an early throw-in. That'll settle the nerves of Oxford. One thing I'll say about Peterborough, when I've watched them this season, I watched them the game back against Derby, the 2 games against Fleetwood. They played Blackpool in the Papa Johns. I watched them against the game against Cheltenham, where they much changed the team, which we'll come back to in a minute, as Poku's on a run and Poku's in the box. Ball across, flicked on, header out. Will come out, flicked, volleyed. So Mason Clark, sorry. They've changed sides. Oxford just can't get the ball out at the moment. Yeah, the people are very gettable. If you get out their back 4, you can get change out of them. That's what I'll say. 3-1 Posh, 2-2 draw. 2-1 Posh, 2-2, 2-2 Mixer. So Tony thinks Oxford are going through. Is this on accurate or on the night? Let us know. Oxford on pens. Oh, if we go to pens, you've got 45 minutes extra nappers. You are lucky people. It was Ricky J. Jones with an amazing run, and Kieran Brown just puts a challenge in, just losing his foot. Brannigan does well to stall him, and then McGuane there with a big block. Peter Alexander in the Championship, they are blow hot and cold. Bang on that. Bang on. And both have young, hungry teams, and well, they have a young, hungry manager. Darren Ferguson knows what he's been around the block. On the night, 2-2. Like that. 2 more goals, 4 goals altogether. That's how maths works. Who's that lad that plays for you? He's called Bosun Lawal. He was a centre-half, and he turned into a midfielder. Man mountain. But, again, looks good in a Fleetwood team. That's all I'll say. He's a good player, talented individual, but we'll see. Big game. Big game, this. 47.5 matches come down to the next potential 47.5 minutes. One mistake could end 10 months of hard work. It's big. It's big. Oxford would have snapped your hand off for this at the start of the tie, or even the start of the match, and even when they went 1-1 on aggregate 1-0 on the night. Peterborough come forward. I do think Peterborough score again in this match. Out to Joe Jones. Ball across. Handball. Claims for a penalty. The referee blows away. That looked suspicious, but Oxford can break now. It's a 3-on-3. It's a ball over the top. Oxford just can't quite get this ball right at the moment. Peterborough managed to clear. Oxford need to kind of calm down the ball and get a bit more time on the ball if they can, because every time they get on the ball, it feels it's rushed. It feels like we've got a break now. Mason Clark puts the ball across. Have a look back. It's there. As Jamie Carragher would say, it's not. I don't think Bennett, his arms were into his body. They were locked. It's not a penalty. Bennett does well. The experienced player, I think he's 34 now. Done well since coming in to the football club. 4 minutes into this second half, Oxford United won't be thinking it's done yet. They'll be thinking it's a long 45 minutes ahead of them. Every moment, every bit of play, I still think people have maybe 5 or 6 chances. I think Oxford will have 2 chances in this game. That's one thing I'll say. I think there will be chances for Oxford. Both teams will have a chance, I think, to win this match and win the tie. That's one thing I'll say. I don't think there won't be another goal. My prediction was 2-2 before the night started, so I'll stay with that. Burrows with the ball in. Front post flicked on, and it'll come into the hands of Jamie Cumming. More. How do you like it? Oxford will be wanting a bit more defensive work like that. No pun intended. He's an experienced player now. It is more from Leicester. 200 games for Oxford. Made his 200th appearance at Bloomfield Road, actually, in that 1-1 draw. Blackpool did score first through Marvin Ekpateta before a 21st minute goal from Oxford gave him a share of the points. That could have been the difference between Blackpool getting in the playoffs and Oxford getting in the playoffs. Small margins over a 46-game season. Mason Clark now. Tosses and turns. Mason Clark, ball blocked away. Very big thank you, by the way, for £5 donation. Visible comment, is it? Thank you so much for the donation, mate. It really does help. All the membership and the donations do go back into supporting the channel, like putting like microphones. Obviously, I don't know what you guys think of the microphone, if it's helped the stream this season as well. Stuff like that. So massively appreciate that as well. Thank you so much for that. As Peterborough getting behind, put a ball across. Again, Peterborough started strong. Big thank you for the donation again, though. I think so. What? He only got 5 goals last year. He got 11 this season, 17 goal contributions. It's unbelievable, really. And there's still plenty more shows this season. So if you can't comment yet, get subscribed and you can comment away you go. It's a corner kick. Come in. Cumming will punch away. It'll come to Hector Cipriano, 20 yards from goal. Hector Cipriano will shoot. Goes over the bar. Maybe if it was 3 or 4 yards further out, and it's nettled into the top corner. It's a good effort. It was Archie Collins, with the effort. I do apologise. Archie Collins does like a screamer. Scored from that distance against Highbury against Fleetwood. Thank you, mate. Yeah. I'll pattern whatever you're drinking, Charlie. I think Fleetwood will win League 2. If we win League 2, then Nappers is on pitch. What do we think? A question for the chat, right? Pitch invasions about going to Wembley. Yes or no? Because all clubs do them. Fleetwood have done them. when we beat York in the League Two playoff final. York are now in the National League North, by the way. That's who we beat to get into League One, them and Burton. What do you think? Bolton did it last night. They've been getting a lot of stick for it. Sheffield Wednesday did it. I can see more why Sheffield Wednesday did it. I'm not against it, but I'm not a big fan of it. I still think there's a lot of work to be done. But I still get the celebration of getting to a final and getting to a fact. Cambridge did it last year from staying up. What do we think? Did Portsmouth do it when they beat Exeter, Lewis? I can't, because I did a watch along of that game and I couldn't remember it because Portsmouth won it in the last minute, didn't they? Did they picture me when they went to the Papa John's final? Like, I genuinely can't remember that. I remember the game because who was it they had on loan? Cameron McGeehan scored a scream and John Marquis scored twice. I think Portsmouth went 1-0 up and Exeter went 2-1 up and Portsmouth come back. But like, I don't know if I'm a big fan of it. If you win promotion, then yeah. But to get to a final, I wasn't quite sure. Like, let us know in the chat. No. Obviously, you didn't when you won promotion, because you won promotion, you won league. And deservedly so. Yeah, to be fair, though, you're always going to get that. You're always going to get that. Like, I wouldn't do it, though. My first thought isn't where you're going, towing the opposition fans. I think Oxford have weathered this really well. I'm going to probably speak too soon. They got through the first half an hour of the game really well. Shaking. Oh, no, I'm panicking. That's what Wardy will be doing right now. And then they got through to half-time level, come back in the game. They had to get back in. I know they scored a penalty, but they got through the first 10 minutes, and they're on the counter-attack now through Owen Dale. And they got through the first 10 minutes. He's getting probably to 60 minutes would have been the target. They've made 2 subs already. So they've only used 1 stoppage because they used 1 through midway through the game and 1 at half-time. So they can still make a 2 and a 1. They've not got like 1 stoppage of play they can make. Long now on the ball. It'll be a long 35 minutes for Oxford, you would think. But if they can get another one and they're in the box, put a cross and away again, Oxford. It's a half chance. It's not a full chance. But it's stuff like that. Balls into the box and bodies into the box. You've just got to be doing a little bit more from and commit. But again, it's a half chance for Oxford. To be fair, Peterborough have been the better side. Peterborough have probably created 2 or 3 good chances. But I don't think Peterborough have been where you think, well, they should be 2 or 3-0 up. I think it's always been in the case where it should be the same what it was, a draw on the night. Oxford have had good half chances like that. They haven't really tested the goalkeeper, and you wouldn't think they could score a goal, but they've been in the game. Peterborough have been a little bit... They've had the ball, they've had the dominance, they've got balls into the box, they've tested the goalkeeper on several occasions and probably deserve, just to be leading in the match. But you wouldn't really think that they deserve to be winning in the match or even... It's a tough one. Oxford win it back and it's a foul. Free kick to Peterborough, but 56 minutes in. I think it's valid only if you win promotion. What about if you stay up on last day? Like, what about that occasion as well? I think we did because of the stuff we've been through. Yeah, 100%. Like, I'm not against it one bit. I'm not for it. I don't really care. Like, for me, I'm buzzing that Bolton got to Wembley. I was gutted for Barnsley. Bolton are a club that I think have been through hell and back and deserve everything they get in a nice way. I like Sharon Britton. I like the ownership there. Like the management, like the coaching staff. I think it's brilliant, and they deserve to win last night. Ball across Peterborough into the hands of Cumming. I think it's Poku with the half chance. Poku and Mason Clark at times are frightening. It generally, when they get the football at their feet, frightening. Yeah, and Sharon Britton obviously is an owner that gives back to supporters, and the season tickets were cheap this season. It's a poor effort by Poku. Really should be doing better, and slammed, a bit of frustration. Again, stuff like that. Oxford have gone there and frustrated. And I always remember going to Fratton Park earlier this season, and I said to Tom before the game, I hope we frustrate you. And I wouldn't be hearing boos and and you're getting on the referee's back, and because you won't be on your players back, but you'll be on the referee's back. And I remember being there 25 minutes into the game, and it started the grumbling because they were struggling. I thought, We've got him. I think we'll get a point. Then they scored just before half time. I was killing me. When we got in it and we could have nicked it, I thought, and realistically, when players and fans are getting frustrated like that, you think Oxford have not got people where they want because people are an exceptional team and can score at any time. But Oxford will take joy in Pocker being a bit frustrated and throwing his arms around because they'll think he's creating half chances and get frustrated with himself. Like I say, you just need to relax. You've still got 35 minutes in the game. You're still in the situation you were an hour ago. You've just time's obviously running by. Don't get frustrated. Keep playing. I keep saying that in my videos in a minute. If the ball goes out of play, keep playing. If the ball goes in your net, keep playing. And Oxford did that when they conceded, and his bounce back ability. If you can have the ability up there to keep going again after a setback, you're not going to have it all your own way. Bolton found that yesterday. Half time, honestly, I've never seen so much as a party at half time in my life. It felt won. It did. And it was there like, I felt like I was partying as well. And then Barnsley scored, then you get back in the last 15 minutes. Bolton fans are biting the fingernails, and the atmosphere was incredible and got Bolton over the line. But they had to do it the hard way in the end, Bolton. Although, probably over the two legs, they created so many good chances. Barnsley created a lot of good chances over the two legs. I think the Cosgrove, the back to save at 2-1, 85 minutes in the first, massive moment, And to be fair, after the goal Barnsley scored, they didn't really create much. It came to Cosgrove in the heart, and it bounced off and went into Baxter. But then you think, over the players, you're not going to have it your own way in the playoffs. You're not. Peterborough, they won 4-0 the first leg. You thought, brilliant. And you think you'll concede an early goal and you have a bit against you. But you see, it's about doing things at the right moments. And I sound like a broken record, but it's so easy, this football lock in League One. It's doing things at the right moments. Because you will get your moments in a game. You will get being a better team. You will get 10, 15 minutes of being a better team. You'll get chances in games of football if you're good enough over the period. And if you take them, which sometimes you'll get one chance, you've got to take it. Oxford in this game have had 2 chances, taking 1. Peterborough probably had 5 or 6, taking 1. And Oxford better in the big moments. Yesterday, Barnsley probably created, I'd say, 6 big chances. I'd probably say Bolton probably took 5 or 6 as well, because Aaron Collins had one that's a great save by Roberts. I think he had 2 actually. I think Charles potentially had 1. But again, over the course of the leg, Bolton took their moments. He scored from a corner. They took advantage of when Barnsley were the weakest. And it's doing things at the right moments. And if you don't do that, you're not going to be successful in League One. Fleetwood created the 10th biggest chance in the league last season. Oxford come forward now, ball across, good block away by Ronnie Edwards. Gone from Prime Cod's Vlogs to Ashley Wet chirping up. You what? What's she been saying now? Barnsley in the first one made Bolton look. Barnsley, right, played well yesterday. But one thing I'll say about Barnsley, great fans, great club, like Barnsley a lot, like what they stand for. You don't replace your back 3. You're playing Jordan Williams, who's a right back, a good right back, a good young right back. They're given who's a decent centre-half, and Josh Hill's a decent centre-half. If you get another good right centre-half in there, you're all right. And I'm thinking you only need to add in a really good player. Potential. Like you had a cash into Barnsley's team. I think Barnsley finished top 2. But I think they're that close, potentially, because they were so close to top 2, Barnsley, and it's not even a big shout, that, in my opinion. Like, they just fell away. You had a decent centre forward, like maybe a centre forward, but then you see put some maybes. Peterborough come forward again. 62 minutes. Burrows with the ball in, blocked at the near man. Owen Dale. Again, I said at the start of the game, Owen Dale and Murphy's drops coming back are going to be big for them. And Dale defensively has been brilliant. And Murphy on the counter-attack has given them an option. Oxford have a counter-attack on now. It's Harris all alone. Harris, it's a good challenge by Ronnie Edwards. But yeah, congratulations to Bolton yesterday. Great club. Barnsley weren't far away. And in that second leg, in the second half, gave everything. Burrows, ball in, header at the front post. People have been a bit tame in the second half. Oxford sitting in. You think Pete would start taking a few more risks sooner rather than later. Archie Collins now. Collins on the ball, puts the ball across and just runs free. But one thing I'll say about Barnsley, you ask questions of their back three, they will crumble. One thing I learned about Bolton's back three, they've lost Bradley, they lost Trafford. Baxter is as good as replacement for Trafford as you could find in League One. Cogley gets a lot of stick. Cogley's played the most games for Bolton Wanderers in League One this season. I think he's only missed 2 games. I think he played 46 out of 48 games this season in League One, including the playoffs. Some go in that. Strike from Mason Clark straight at coming. Again, they're starting to get a bit frustrated now. Peterborough. But it looked a little bit fragile at times, the back three of Bolton yesterday. Like, they looked settled for parts of it, but it just looked a little bit like you could get a bit of change from them. They're a great side, great players. I thought Dempsey, when he came on, made a big difference. The 4 subs of Bolton, Dempsey, Morley, Jerome, and Adebayo, who all came on. Jerome just held it up. Adebayo with your big men, experience, especially Cameron Jerome. He's 37. You know, he's gone from a 9 in 30 to a 3 in 33, a 1 in 11 type of strike in the last few weeks as well. And on the bench, we've got Cameron Jerome. I've had that stuck in my head all day. But no. My take was Everett tried to defend the aggregate. Yeah. 100%. Phillips is a great player. Like, you've got plays in Barnes. Barnes is midfield 3. In my eyes, I don't think you could get a better midfield 3 than Barnsley's. Because Luca Cannell, I bang on about this fella all the time. And Bolton fans know exactly. He played 10 games for them in the Championship in, 17, 18. And obviously went to Celtic and come back to Barnsley. He's like a string effect. Like, it's like a circus. You know, like when you got on a string where 2 are going and 1's coming back. And it's like a motion. Like, it really is. Luca Cannell strings everything together. Like, the way he can, like, open up his body and pass out. And, you know, Herbie Kane scored 9 goals this season. Phillips has got 18 goal contributions. Luca Cannell's only scored a couple of goals in his career. But, you know, sometimes you see these stats where players' goals contributions down here, but their performances up there. And that's Luca Cannell. And without him, Phillips and Kane don't get the joy they do. So ball in from Efron, Mason Clark, and it comes out. These crosses from the box. Oxford are 25 minutes away from 90 minutes. You probably think half an hour away, but clearances like that, they need to be better. Back out with Efron, Mason Clark now. Coventry bound in the summer. Comes out to Burrows now. You'd be thinking this could be his last half an hour in a Peterborough shirt. Strikes the ball, goes out for a throw-in. Oxford resolute defensively. If you've got any questions, get them in below. If you're new to the channel, please keep liking and subscribing down below as well. 18-19 Cannell played for us. Come on against Ipswich. Remember him being, I'm only good playing the relegation battle. And he obviously scored the goal, didn't he, last season as well? And Dion Charles, another player. I'd love for him to get his 50th goal at Wembley, to go 4th in the all-time Bolton goal scorers in 120 games. Kevin Nolan scored just above him, didn't he? In 220 more games as well. Another, a stalwart for Bolton. Dion Charles in this last decade is as good as a player Bolton have had. And you're looking at this now, from being in a position of 18th, 19th in League Two to where they are now, that Everett's taken them from. Sharon Britton, again, I keep banging on about her. I know I don't fancy before you keep saying that. Stuck with Everett. Could have gone rid of Everett because Everett looked a broken man. Was calling out Billy Crellin, saying he needs to man up. And I thought, he's on loan from Fleetwood at the time. They've gone from loaning players from Fleetwood to having James Trafford and Connor Bradley, who are now playing in the Premier League. Connor Bradley. Malik Mothersill is coming on for Ricky J. Jones. Malik Mothersill didn't score until Fleetwood at home, and then backed up with a goal against Bolton. Back in the team. Even I'm a Peterborough. I'm open for Peterborough only because I'm a Reading fan. Absolutely. 1-0 buy-in. I've not even been following. I didn't even know Dortmund were playing last night until I got home. Better mid there. Wing, Nibs and Savage. That is up there. Savage is a very talented individual. Did well at Forest Green. Nibs, 10 goals again. And Wing. You know something? You see those the type of goals that Bellingham wants to score. Lewis Wing, if he gets 5 yards from goal, nah, I'm not going to score from there. Take it, lay me off 30 yards from goal. He scored a goal against Fleetwood, and I was right behind it. And I was there like, wow, what a goal. Like, what was it? 8 goals, 8 assists in the end for Lewis Wing. And I saw his quality at Wickham, and he was at Sheffield Wednesday for a while as well, wasn't he? He was a great player. That midfield three for Reading is a top 6. He's top. Ball in. Have they got a corner? No, it's a goal kick. Again, Reading, I've got Reading on the mind. 68 minutes. Oxford have answered all the questions. There'll be nerves. The next 25 minutes will be more difficult than the first 68 minutes. Well, 27 minutes with added on. There'll be more nerves. There'll be more to lose. And you think the later Peterborough score, this could completely turn around. To be honest with you, I couldn't really speak about the Championship because I don't watch it enough. That's one thing next year I'm definitely going to try and do more of, watch more of the Championship, because I used to love it, and I've kind of just, in the nicest way possible, when you're watching League One as much as you do, and like the game to do, because like, for example, if you obviously as a channel member, there's going to be a membership video that's let alone public to see what I do behind the scene on the channel. It's sometimes really hard to kind of get motivated to watch another game sometimes, and kind of I don't want to watch football really, so I can't really talk about the Championship. But that's one thing I need to, because I'll be doing some videos on Portsmouth Derby and whoever wins the playoffs. Sorry, Femi Aziz to Bolton would be a great signing. He's so good, Femi Aziz. Like, you talk about manager of the season, Ruben Sellers is right up there at Reading. Right up there. Like, that's up there with a great escape, that. Like, when they played Fleetwood in end of October, I thought, these are gone. These are gone here. And they wanted him out. Like, they wanted him out. Like, there was chance for it. I thought, oh, it was toxic, this. The ownership. I hope they get sorted, Reading. Like, where are we with the takeover talks? Because it changes all the time. Yeah, unbelievable, Will. Wingers are better quality. Ball in. Everyone. Great win for them, wasn't it? What did you think, Luca? Let me know. No, I genuinely couldn't talk about prediction. It was a slip of the tongue. I've got Bolton on the mind at the moment. Peterborough coming forward into the box they go. Ball out onto this right-hand side with Poku out for a corner. But 70 minutes, it's all about ticking little landmarks off. It's like going for an half marathon, or like when I did an half marathon, it's there like, well, you get to my first target's 5K, then you kind of get to 10K, then you're thinking maybe 12 and a half. The little landmarks get shorter and shorter as you get towards the end, and they've seen it out for a goal kick. It's no different with a football match. It's like a marathon of a season. There'll be, and especially like a playoff game, you won't think of it as 2 legs. They'll think of it as one game. They'll think, well, draw or win the game, and we're through. And they'll think about it as probably being, maybe 5K from the end of a marathon at Oxford now. But it's the hardest 5K because you're knackered. Adrenaline can kick in, and one mistake, could undo 70 minutes of good work. Come on, Posh. I think Charlie's going to be in charge next season, and but we'll come back to that in a minute because Oxford have got a chance on the counter attack. Katongo does well on Murphy. Josh Murphy hasn't really been involved in the game, but has made some good forward runs. Has been effective in the final third as well. Jamie Cumming is down. 70 minutes. Goalkeeper going down injured. Is he injured? We'll soon see. But the treatment's coming on. Johnson, Clark, Harris. Wow. It's not bad, is it? When you can bring someone who scored 77 goals across the last 3 seasons in League One. He's only scored 9 this season, but his limited game time as well has been a factor, to be fair. Do you think Fleetwood will win League Two next season? I do not think Fleetwood will win League Two next season. I'd love to, but I don't think we will. Hello, how are we, AGW? The main man, the thumbnail designer of this channel. This is the reason sometimes these streams are possible, because I wouldn't do it if I couldn't get graphics. He's a legend. Go and subscribe to his channel. He does Bradford content as well. Really enjoy. Obviously, part of the recent little bit of flurry of people coming to the channel has been down to this man. So a big thank you to you. Oh my Christ. Peter Rabbit has come out. He's flossing. Captain Card. What do we think about football? Do you not think like football's weird? That a little stat about Peterborough. I've just remembered. I've been on the pitch at Peterborough. So in 2016-17, Fleetwood went there. 1-2-1. It's what we do. We win games. We back then, right, under Rosler, Fleetwood were what you could see were a winning machine. And that winning machine got into the playoffs. Yeah. I managed to finish 4th. So sometimes with winning machines, it can sometimes be a bit faulty and lose its kind of robotism and miss out on playoffs. But our winning machine it broke in the playoffs. But I did a skip challenge. You had to, just before the halfway line, ship a ball into a skip, and I played the Peterborough. I actually knew the Peterborough lad who did it now, but Oxford again claims for a free kick. Not going to get it. Nothing's happening, so we can talk. And I chipped the ball right into the skip. I won. You got 3 attempts. I won 1-0, and Fleetwood won 2-1. So in my mind, 3-1 win. Come on. So I've been on the pitch here, and also I've played at, where else have I played? I played at Fleetwood. I played at Blackpool as well. Fleetwood's pitch I got injured on, and I did my calf for 6 weeks because I literally went in for a punching tackle. We played Marisco, right? And a girl skinned me, right? And I was fuming. So I literally went in for a big tackle, like 2-footer. Won the challenge. Didn't go through the man. Won the challenge, and but then I came off worse because I couldn't run for 6 weeks. So that was great. So behind the scenes of Nappers, everyone. Peterborough come forward now. Johnson Clark Harris is on the pitch. Over 100 League One goals. Oh my God. Are we still live? Are we still live? I've gone. Nappers is gone. He's back now. What's happened? I went to press a comment and I accidentally clicked exit. We're still live. I went for a bit. Thank God for that. You don't want to see. Right, there's been a collision on post. Yeah. I flipped with Northwest. So what do we miss? A ball over at top. It comes out to Joe Randall, who scoops the ball in. Oh, there's a collision on the post. Joe Randall's a great ball in towards Poku. And then I think it's Ben who was supposed. Oh, did he? Yeah, they do that at the end of the season. That's what I did. It was a couple of years ago. See you next season. Oh, mate, can't wait. Bradford away. Ole, ole. There's a good spoons in Bradford City Centre, isn't there, near ground? I'm looking forward to that. Tony's told me about a couple of good curry houses near the ground as well. AGW, what a guy. Become a member for a month. I appreciate that, mate. Thank you so much for joining up. Everyone get Ben's notifications on new content. Thank you so much, mate. Yeah, loads of content coming your way. We've got a Wembley vlog. If I can get tickets, I want tickets. Yeah, get your notifications on. Thanks for becoming a member, mate. I appreciate it. If you want to become a member, you get 4 extra videos a month, and you also get a back catalogue of all the videos. We had a walk around Fleetwood. We had behind the scenes. We've had Q&As. We've had quizzes. We've had everything. And again, there's some extra live streams as well. So join as a member. We're very close to 60 members now. So if we can hit 60 members on this stream, it'd make me weak. So join down below as well. It'd be massively appreciated. Thanks very much, mate. Oh, that's what I like to hear, mate. Nappers, what do you think will happen to Luton if they play in the Championship next season? I think top 10. I don't think they'll go back up. 12 minutes to go. Peterborough 1, Oxford 1. It's 2-1 on aggregate. Moore's first leg goal was cancelled out by Knight, but Cameron Brannigan's penalty. Joe Randall on the free kick, where they scored from in the first leg, but away at the front post. You probably think less than 20 minutes, less than one of these teams' season, or are we going on for another 30 minutes more? Is Napper's going to go on for 30 minutes more? As Oxford see it out for... They thought he was going to see it out for a goal kick, but they only see it out for a corner. As well, Steen switched on. Joe Randall on it now. We've been live for nearly 2 hours. Come on now. Let us know how long you've been in the stream for tonight. And be interesting to see. Owen Dale's come on. Frustrating evening for him. He looks a little bit perplexed. Is that the word? I don't know what it means, but I'm going to use it. Perplexed, confused, I think it means. Greg Lee. He's had 4 clubs in 5 years as Greg Lee. Aberdeen, Morecambe, Ipswich Town, and now Oxford. Scored a few goals this season as Greg Lee. They went through a stage where fullbacks only could score. Again, he's an athletic fullback. That's one thing I'll say. Joe Randall in the box, heads go up. He'll come to the edge of the box, stroke over the bar. Yeah, athletic. He had a really good season, actually, for Morecambe. And got his move to Ipswich. It never really worked out there for him because Ipswich were trying to sign best players in the league. We literally tried to sign a fancy team, didn't they, under Cook, and didn't quite work. There were some gems in there, as you've seen, that's gone on and done well under McKenna, but McKenna's built a team. I think one thing that Paul Cook did, Paul Cook bought stars, McKenna bought a team, and I made a team. It's simple as that. I'm off, Ben. All the best, mate. Thank you so much, Kyle. Appreciate that. Got to go. Thanks, mate. Appreciate you both joining in. Hello, mate. Hope you well. Perplexed. There we are. Thanks, mate. As we learnt last night, I put commissions to Bolton. I didn't even notice till 2 a.m. in the morning. I was tired. I sit here and talk about football. Ask me about like Mason Clark's 2019-2020 season, or ask me about Bolton Wanderers, what they've done this season. I'd maybe be able to tell you, but ask me for words. I can't do it. Ask me for anything on darts or snooker, maybe so. Out to Mason Clark now. Joe Randall. Oh, he slips. Randall keeps hold of it. Does well. Out to Harrison Burrows now. Burrows will whip a ball in. Goalkeeper needs to come. Claims. That's what you want to see in your goalkeeper. Cool, confident goalkeeping. As we go over 80 minutes, as Paul, the legend, has gifted one of you guys a membership. Let's see which one of you lucky guys has been gifted a membership, because it's normally, when you gift a membership, it's a random person from the chat. It's been gifted to Ian Collier. Thank you so much for the membership, mate. Massively appreciate you gifting one. Thank you so much for that. You've got the GOAT tier as well. You become the first one in there. Thank you so much for gifting one, Paul. Massively appreciated. And again, I appreciate everyone. Yeah, that is my mother. Yes, that is my mother. It's not a mother one to me. For God's sake. Over 100 people in the chat. If you could like as well, subscribe. Let's have a subscriber update. How many are we on? We are on 14,371. Come on. Can we get four? Last night when I went to the game, we were on 14,245. So we've gained 116. Maths. I can do maths. Only because I literally like throwing a few arrows as well. And this hasn't got a flight on, but these are the Joe Cullen darts. I throw around about 40 average. Joe Cullen will be absolutely caning himself. Peterborough United this season again have been a little bit up and down, but it's the bottom side who've really made it, a fortress, especially at home. Out of the 24 teams, out of the 24 matches they played home and away against the bottom 12, they managed to win 16, draw 3, lose 5. And a couple of those, when you look at it, are at home. The Carlisle game was a big one for them. You thought that really ended any chance of a stage. Cheltenham away, where they fielded a weaker 11. Northampton away, start of the season. Against the top half, they managed to 22 games because of you can't play yourself. Won 9, drawn 6, lost 7. Not bad. About 2.1 points per game record when they played the bottom half teams. 1.5 when they played the top half teams. Went quiet because I needed to work it out. Oxford coming forward again. It's 4-on-4. Greg Lee now up against Ronnie Edwards. Ronnie Edwards gets back. Greg Lee can give you that a bit of pace. Oh, but again, mistake by the goalkeeper. Jed Steers struck just wide. I said at half-time, Oxford United will get another opportunity in this match. They could even get 2. They've just been gifted 1. What a save, Jed Steer. Greg Lee's direct run. Ronnie Edwards puts Jed Steer in a world of pressure. Jed Steer, it's a really, really bad kick out. It's given to Marcus McGuane. It's a good strike. It's right in the corner. It's just wide of the post. And Jed Steer will be a relieved man. It was a poor goal kick and he was scrambling there. But Peterborough come forward now. Ball across. Headed in. Still not out. Scramble on the box. There's a man that goes down. Referee says no. They're asking for a penalty. 6 minutes to go. Jesus Christ, my heart's beating more than anything. Oh, me and China, you're killing me, lads. You want to see me at my funeral? Oh, big moments in this match. Mothersill, Clark Harris goes down. It's a good tackle, and Kieran Brown away. 84 minutes 20 on my clock. It's Peterborough 1, Oxford 1, 2-1 on aggregate. Oh. Five minutes to go. That Marcus McGuane chance. I said at the start, I think Peterborough will probably have 4 or 5 chances. I think Oxford will have 2. I'd say Peterborough have had 3. I think Oxford have had 1 so far. I think both teams in this game, in this last 10 minutes, will have a chance each. Possibly Peterborough might have another one. But that chance by Marcus McGuane will be all over social media if they go on and not win this game. Joe Bennett's come off. He's been through war today. Marcus Brown, who came on as a sub in the last game, comes on in this game. Not okay, Sarah yet. Hi, Ben. Seen all your training 5Ks and was it Blackpool Marathon? Any plans on the Great North Run? Hello, mate. I'd love to do Great North. I'm going to look at the date of it. When the fixtures come out, I can plan it a little bit more because I'd love to do a weekend of it. So if we're at home, I could potentially go after the game, but it depends who we're playing as well. That's my life. Like, I don't get out and plan, when have I got work? Because I think, I can sort that out. But I'm there like, someone goes, what do you want to do on the 13th of October? I'm there like, what day is it? It's a Saturday. Right. Bromley at home. Sorry, mate. What do you want to do? Harrogate away. Right. But no, I did a half marathon in Blackpool. My medal actually is here. 1 hour, 40 minutes. It was the longest 100 minutes of my life. Believe me. No, first 80 minutes were all right. Last 4K was horrid. And to be fair, I signed up for that when I'd had about 5 pints the week before. I thought, I can do that, no problem. Because I'd probably run about 8 or 9 mile. Like, I've done half marathon before, twice before. One when I was 15, 2 hours, 5 minutes, and one November last year on the treadmill, did it an hour and 45. So I knew I could potentially do it because I can run 8, 9 miles regularly. And I do 10Ks in between 44 and 48 all the time. So I just want to, I potentially might be doing a 10K Sunday. I'm not sure yet. See how I feel. But I want to do a half marathon. I've entered London as well. I will enter the ballot for London. If I get in, I get in. I'm not too fussed, but it's something I want to do one day, 100%. Oxford flick the ball on. 87 minutes on the clock. Now is when, if I was in the Fleetwood end, I wouldn't be believing it because it's Fleetwood, but this is Oxford. I'd be thinking, come on. The nerves will be going. People are going to pile as much pressure on as they can. This is going to be the toughest 10 minutes of any fan's life. It's Burrows, ball in, boxed away at the front post, foul. Stuff like that I love. Burrows, silly foul. Burrows, again, has been a big player for Peterborough today, this season, and over the last 2 years. But today, fine margins, a handball, a little foul there. You know, it just, although it gets added on, it stops momentum. Oxford can get plays back and can have a rest. Darren McAntony and Barry Fry there watching on. Darren McAntony, head in hands. They'll still be believing. They'll still be believing. This is Peterborough United Football Club. It's been through, it's been through some dramatic moments, not just this season, but over the years. This is a talented group that might get ripped up, but Oxford United have stood firm and probably deserve this situation. Peterborough United have been the better side, but haven't really done anything to warrant to win the tie overall. That's as simple as that. Oxford created as much in the first leg. Peterborough weren't bad in the first leg, but didn't really deserve to win. It's been 2 games I thought probably a draw in both games would suit. Peterborough probably a bit better in this game, had more chances. But if it was a draw, would it have been this dominant? Peterborough probably would have dominated, but not to this extent. Oxford have sat in well and playing a back four, not conceded too many chances as well. But we're on 88 minutes 45 and Peterborough still creating. They've got the ball forward. It's a cross into the box corner. Oh, my Lord. If this was Fleetwood now, I'd be having an heart attack. I cannot imagine what Luke, what Billy, what Wardy are feeling, all the Oxford fans are feeling, especially the 1,1400 that are there. Joe Randall comes on. Emmanuel Fernandez comes on. The youngster comes on. Bit of a defensive move, isn't it? Maybe a bit of height, maybe. I don't know. Joe Randall give everything today and had a good season overall. Burrows, 89 minutes. At this stage, Sheffield Wednesday were questioning a goal last year against Peterborough. Can Peterborough do what Sheffield Wednesday did to them against Oxford? Ball in, header across, off the line. The claimant is over the line. Referee blows it away, still on. Oh my Lord, that looked very close. As did another half an hour. Napper's into the box. Corner. Oh, big call. Oh, is it a goal kick? Oh, no, it's a corner. Adji boys, come on now. Oh, let's have a look at that. Put across. Oh, he's off the line. I think he's coming for handball as well. Oh, my Lord. It wasn't over. I didn't think it looked handball. So another corner for Peterborough on 90 minutes. Header away. It's gone out on the other side. Another corner. 7 minutes added on. 7 minutes. That could be the last of Peterborough's season. Flicked on. Stop playing replays. Put across away. Comes out to Ronnie Edwards. Free kick to Oxford. It's stuff like that Oxford need to do. You know, these big moments. I've been there as a Fleetwood fan in away, and you think win free kicks. You know, get the ball to the pitch. You know, get the ball into the opposition corner, which I'm not a big fan of, really. I think it puts more pressure on yourself, really. But stuff like that, winning a free kick in your own box, brilliant. Nothing beats it. Obviously, it's right, literally about that much on the goal line. 113 with us. If you're new, please like, please subscribe. Good time, Ben. Hello, Sue. How are you, mate? Excited for Wembley weekend. Been busy. Absolutely. I'm absolutely buzzing. Where have you been booking? Where are you going? Please add like on 12 minutes on extra time. Well, you've got another 5.5 minutes. We'll stay live for another 5 or 10 minutes after the game as well. We could be on for another half an hour. We've got 5.5 minutes to go. Adji boy now. Oh, my Lord. If I was Oxford, I've been in this situation so many times of Fleetwood. Sheffield United away, Coventry away. You know, even this season where Bristol Rovers away, you're just thinking, blow the whistle. Ball in, scrambled amongst 3 or 4 bodies. I'm not even sure who's got it. There's a flurry of attacking players on for Peterborough now. Poku, I think, still on. I know Adji boy's on. Clark Harris is on. There's 7 minutes added. We're on 92. 5 minutes. It's Peterborough 1, Oxford 1. On aggregate, it's Oxford are winning 2-1. Peterborough have to score to stay in the tie. Ball in. Blocked away by Greg Lee. Goes out for a throw-in. It's just wave after wave. It's like a Dyson. Peterborough just sucking them in. Slowly but surely. Oxford hovering up the pressure. Doing quite well. Harrison Burrows. Big moments. 4.5 minutes remain. Oxford in a good shape. Everyone back in their half. Ball in. Oh, comes through. I think Clark Harris rises. Or was it Clark? No, it's Fernandez. I said it was a weird move, but I can see why. It's a bit of height, a bit of physicality. I think it's a long spell. Barnett. Comes. He misses the header, and Fernandez gets in front. If it's on target, it goes in. And Peterborough back in the tie. He looks on. He'd be disappointed because he should hit the target from there. They've thrown him up front, to be fair. They've got to. It's all or nothing. 48 games comes down to this. You know, you think Poku, Mason Clark, Cipriani, you think that the talented stars, they might not be here next season. They'll have money to reinvest. They always will. You know, as a business, Peterborough are spot on. They are in debt, but they're sorting that out. And players like Mason Clark, Randall, Poku, Jay Jones will help pay that off. Joe Randall was bought for over £1 million, but he scores again. He didn't score again tonight. And over the course of the leg, Peterborough have had chances, but Oxford have weathered the storm, and in big moments they found it. And to come back after conceding so in a bad fashion, 5 or 6 minutes after conceding, Oxford probably deserve it over the 2 legs. We're excellent at the Kassam. And one thing I will say about Oxford, they've had to play playoff football for the last 7 or 8 games before this. And maybe that suited them. It's another ball in, flicked on, and Oxford can bring it away now. On the counter attack, I think it's... Oh, Brown loses it. When you think about it, they had to win, four of the last 6 to get in. They beat Fleetwood, they beat Burton, they beat Peterborough themselves. They had to go away at Exeter. They had to get a point at home against Stevenage, which they did. They did lose against Lincoln in that crunch game, but overall, when they needed to, they got the results. They scored goals. They scored 13 in 3 and got the job done. The start of the season was immense. People are always in the playoffs pretty much all season, and teams like that are settled in the playoffs all season never normally do well. Over the course of 46 games, Peterborough have been better than Oxford. 7 points tells you that. You know, although Oxford had the better head-to-head of 5-3 on aggregate, it comes to Burrows, it's blocked again. Oxford is a steady wall. Harris is up there, can't win it on. It's another block, and it's a free kick to Oxford with 2 minutes to go. And again, you just think momentum in football is massive, and them going on that run. People weren't bad at the end of the season, but they always knew they were playing playoff football. They can kind of get comfortable with it and kind of psych the game up. For Oxford, it came as a nice little bonus for them. They know they wanted to play in the playoffs, but they didn't know they were guaranteed to play in the playoffs. People were in for 2 or 3 weeks before. They were disappointed they've not got top 2 potentially at times this season. And sometimes in your head, it can be a bit of a big part. But again, they've been excellent, Oxford, for the last 7 or 8 games of the season. Been excellent in these 2 legs, the way they've commanded themselves. They've not had a lot of the ball. Peterborough have dominated proceedings, as you would expect them to, but off the ball, they've been phenomenal of Oxford. Peterborough probably a bit shaded tonight, but over the 2 legs, I think Oxford's work off the ball has been brilliant. There's a man down for Oxford. 1 minute left. What have you got left, Peterborough? 1 minute. This is where Sheffield Wednesday scored last season against Oxford. Oh, what a save! But across. Jamie Cumming. The weight of Oxford on his shoulders. Pulls out one of the best saves he will ever make in his career. Maybe the biggest save he's made in his career to date. Ball coming in from the left-hand side. Header, who was it in the end who got the header? I think it was Knight, the goal scorer for the first time. What a ball in by Ajiboy. Header across, then Knight, header into the corner. He had to scatter across to get there. What a big save. Massive save with 30 seconds to go. It was almost Fergie time. Alex would have looked on. Darren would have looked on. The whole of Pete would have looked on. Head in hand. Big moment. Jamie Cumming celebrates like he's won his team the match. Big save. What a big save. When we're talking about big moments again, there you are. Oxford United might go to Wembley and might be a championship club because of that save. The Cameron Brannigan penalty won't be mentioned now. The Moore goal won't be mentioned. It'll be that save that gets mentioned tonight. It'll be that save that gets mentioned if they go to Wembley and win it. They've probably still got another 20 seconds to see out. They've got to see out this throw-in. It's 1-1. 2-1 on aggregate. 97.5 minutes played. This is where Wednesday scored against Peterborough last year. 30 seconds overtime. Heading hands. It's going to be heartache for Peterborough again this year. Head across. Scrambled. Off the line. And the referee, I think, blows his whistle. Mason Clark pulls across. What's he blown for? Oxford are there. Oxford are going to Wembley. They'll walk down Wembley Way in 10 days' time. Peterborough collapse to the ground. It be Bolton Wanderers against Oxford United in the League One playoff final. One team will be playing the likes of Burnley, Luton, Sheffield United, potentially Leeds, Southampton, West Brom. You know, Sunderland away, and the other one will have to go for another season in League One. But for Peterborough, it's another season in League One. They'll have Cambridge away next season. That's one bonus for them. They'll be hurting tonight. They gave everything out there. They just came up short in the big moments. And you just think that momentum that Oxford got towards the end of the season, beating Exeter, beating Fleetwood, beating Burton, beating Peterborough, and that goal in the first leg, the big moment in the game all came from that last minute. I said they'd probably get another chance. They did get it. It couldn't be any better place. What a save. This Peterborough side will be ripped up. They'll be a completely new side. It's the last chance, I think, for Jonathan Clark-Harris as he gives a little bit of a wave. He knows he's off. That's the last appearance we'll see of him in a Peterborough shirt. This is the last time we see a Pocky. It's the last time we see a Mason Clark. Congratulations to Oxford United. They fully deserve that. What a performance. What an away performance. What a performance over 2 legs to, get through Peterborough like that. It wasn't classic Oxford. It wasn't vintage Oxford 4-3-3, attacking gun-ho football. But they've shown a different side to them. That they can dig in there, get out there with a good positive result. I was about to say a point. What a result. Oxford are off to Wembley. I'm knackered. Let me have a break. What a day. I've got a few comments to catch up on. Pre-season. Oh, okay. Bolton will win the final. Lelujo will be fuming. I used to watch his vlogs all the time. No Birmingham. Boris and Poku to Pompey. Who knows? Need to stop the VAR checks. Exactly. 114 people in the chat. It's over. Wardy will drink tonight. I'll be drinking for him. Well done to Oxford United. Well done to Peterborough, who battled, yes. Who the cluck is Liam Manning. Liam Manning left this football club. Well, Des has had a lot of stake, but they're in a League One playoff final. Barry Fry looks on, disappointed. Oxford have been in this situation before, but what a performance. What a performance. What a final. Bolton against Oxford. One of their teams will be in League One next season, and one will be lifting the final. Look at those players going over to their players, going over to their supporters. It's a sea of yellow. It's a proud, proud night to be a Peterborough fan, to be an Oxford fan. As a Peterborough fan, you can be proud of what you've achieved this season, but in the end, you've come up short. I'm so happy for my good mate Jack Ward. Really am. My colleague. We'll be seeing you at Wembley. We'll be seeing you at Wembley, mate. What a win for Oxford over the 2 legs. Cameron Brannigan, the experienced man now. Mr. Oxford, you could say himself. Please remember to like and subscribe as we do end the stream here. Awesome commentary. Thank you very much. If you haven't already, please subscribe down below. It will be massively appreciated as we are so close to 15,000 subscribers now. It'd make my day if you could subscribe and even join as a member as well. That would make my week as we do end the show here. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe on your way out. Who wins the playoffs? We'll go from here. Well done to Oxford. Commiserations to Peterborough, who I'm sure will go again next season. A big over and out for me. Thank you for your support throughout, this season as well and tonight as well. Plenty more content coming your way over the next coming weeks. Thanks for watching. Come on.